My mind is so spectacular. Open up your aperture. You don't like the light that I be shining. Bitch, you Dracula. Southern draw vernacular. Flip you like a spatula. Knew that I was built to put this world up on my scapula. I've been on this road so long, my tires bald. I don't wanna text and no, I don't wanna call. Came in this shit running, but you don't know how to crawl. We ain't never folding, I'm holding the highest car. Look, okay, grew up running post routes. Now I'm on the cash route. Better call the plumber, that boy spitting like a bass spout. All these bad women in this club, fuck is you mad about? Word to all my estheticians, boy, I'm about to lash out. Straight from St. John's to the east side, jigging since the knee high. Watch the way I put on for my state, nigga, yeehaw. Respecting no everything. Crazy how I made it to the league from the bleach eyes. Boy, my shit hair on, black, rich, and bare arms. Smoking on that yogi, this shit stronger than some bare arms. Goku, I'm in rare form, you cannot prepare for him. When I swing, it's like a carnivore, this shit ain't fair for him. Brought intellect back to this rap shit. You niggas need chapstick. Shit been dry for way too long, and I'm the matchstick. You niggas Nickelodeon me, I'm more like Cap Nick. Cap a nigga, throw him in front of me. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said it, I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. About to blow like we just lit the fuse. We double dutch into this dough, I get this shit in twos. Push the button, get it started, put that shit in cruise. A little dust up on his heart, I barely get to use. A fool flatters himself, a wise man flatters the fool. Man, I just came to get it started like mechanics with tools. Cause in my hood, if you don't pack a tool, you planning to lose. These young boys deserve Oscars, they be acting a fool. A couple loose screws, but they hammer accurate. Ooh, I know some niggas stuck on drugs and manufacture it too. School of hard knocks, we all got our bachelor's. Food, no cap and gowns, but we all had the master. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said it, I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. I'm lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh rack, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopping, we don't even need no brake lights. Say she don't smoke, but she always smoke with me, yeah. Backwards in the air, back up in the ovaries, yeah. All my ops, they stay running like they over easy. Even my masseuses can't just get too close to me, yeah. Shout out to Next, soon as the ink dry, we count out the checks, yeah. I never flex, I bought up a business, you bought up a section. I'm at the top of my class, yeah. Y'all never learned from your lesson. Skywalker gave me the force, yeah. Turn this into an obsession, yeah. I couldn't wait on the team, cooking shit up with just me run play, yeah. Things never are what they seem, but we know the facts, yeah. Charging that shit to the game, but now I pull up with a battery pack, yeah. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and we can just leave it at that. I'm dumb lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh rack, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopping, we don't even need no brake lights. Big bro, why they call you big bro? Every time we hit the bank, we deposit zip codes. Well connected with the streets, like we out in Skid Row.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button. Y'all come in here, hit the share, subscribe. Hit that Cash App, $Slick Rick 1991 Son. $Slick Rick 1991 Son is our Cash App. And make sure you guys get your membership badges that are available. Very, very simple. All you guys got to do is hit that $ symbol right there in the chat box. And you guys can donate at your own discretion. All right, y'all can donate at your own discretion. You know what I'm saying? For this content that we drop to you on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, all type of content that we do for y'all, man. We surely appreciate what y'all contribute to the pull up. But let's get it going. We got to get the people in here. We got 15 people. Should have over 15 likes. Make sure you guys snap that like button. Let me know that y'all in the comments as well. Let's go to the comments real quick. My man Alan NG with the $1.99 donation. Shout out to my man Alan NG. He said, win against OKC, the league will take notice. Right? $1.99 donation from Alan. I definitely want to say thank you to Alan for constantly being a consistent donor to the pull-up, man. It does not go unnoticed. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love. And again, if y'all want to donate to the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast, make sure you guys hit that $ symbol in the chat box. My man Gabe Moore, what's good, brother? He said, hey, BJ, how you doing? I'm doing well. How about yourself? My man Janelle Santana, what's good, brother? He said, blessings to you, BJ, and the panel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blessings to you as well, my brother. But let's get it going, man. Let's talk about it. The Clippers defeat the Memphis Grizzlies last night by, I believe, 20 points. All right. With another win, caps them off at the 3-0 sweep over the Memphis Grizzlies. 128-108. The Clippers prevail, right, in the second half yet again, outscoring the Grizzlies 16-36 in the third and 26-32 in the fourth. All right. So let's talk about it. Let's go on and talk about it real quick. Let's get into the stats. Team stats. We're going to go through this really quickly. Y'all know the drills. Team stats, 57% to the Grizzlies, 42%. 50% for the Clippers from 3 to 38 for the Grizzlies. 80% for the Clippers to 69 for the Grizzlies as well. Rebounding 43-40. All right. Assists 28-29. Steals 8-7 goes to the Grizzlies. Blocks go to the Clippers 3-9. Some very good defensive blocks, especially in that second half for the Clippers. Total turnovers to Clippers Grizzlies 10. All right. Lead changes. You got the largest lead for the Clippers 20, for the Grizzlies 8. All right. Points in the paint. Clippers 48, Grizzlies 40. You know what I mean? So, you know, as far as the shooting splits, the Clippers definitely blew the Grizzlies out of the water. I'm going to speak about some things that I'm seeing over the last couple weeks I ain't really been seeing throughout the entirety of the year. So we're going to talk about what's going on. We got to talk about this. The shooting splits for the Clippers over the last, really since that Miami game. Ever since that Miami game, the shooting splits have been very, very good as a team, right? It's been very good as a team. The Clippers are on a 5-game winning streak right now, right? So that was, very, very, prevalent to see that. Let's go into the box score. Grizzlies got 23 points from Jaren Jackson Jr., Santi Aldama with 16, Jalen Wells with 3, Desmond Bane with 10, Scottie Pippen with 15. All right, we did a great job of holding, the top player, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson from scoring a bunch of points. Desmond Bane only had 10 points, but he only had 7 shots as well. That shows that the defense was very, very keyed in on Desmond Bane, forcing Jaren Jackson to be the more so offensive threat, which he went 9 for 24, so we'll definitely take that. And then you look at the bench, you got guys like Luke Kennard, who had 15 points, who absolutely was killing the Clippers in the second quarter off of 3-point shots, 3-point pull-ups, and catch and shoots. And he did some playmaking. Luke Kennard showed himself to be very, very growing since he left the Clippers, I believe, 2.5 seasons ago. So, very, very good piece that the Grizzlies picked up to get Luke Kennard. He has been very, very vital to their team. They had guys like Jay Huff, who's another big. He had 13 points off the bench, 5 for 7 from the field, 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. All right, very, very good minutes from him. Zach Edey, the rookie, 8 points and 8 rebounds, 3 for 9 from the field. Offensively wasn't much of a threat, but defensively, as y'all saw last night, which I'm going to explain to y'all in a minute, his presence defensively. As y'all come there, make sure y'all hit that like button. We got 26 people in the house. Let's get these likes over 26 likes. Let's make this the biggest video of the day, y'all. LA Clipper Talk. All right, so then we go into the Clipper side right here. You got some balanced scoring, right? You got Kawhi with 23 and 10 rebounds with 4 assists. You got Ivica Zubac with 17 points and 10 rebounds as well. You got James Harden with a 30-piece, 8 for 14 from the field, 5 for 10 from the three, 9 for 10 from the free throw line. He had 9 assists and 3 turnovers. All around great game from James Harden. Norman Powell, 27 minutes, 4 for 8 from the field, 14 points, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. All right, Chris Dunn, 19 minutes, 11 points, 4 for 8 from the field, 3 for 7 from the three-point line. And then off the bench, we have Bogdan Bogdanovic with 16 points, 26 minutes, right? 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from the three-point line, and 5 assists and 3 turnovers, right? So great scoring in the starting five. And then you have Bogdan Bogdanovic, who was off the bench with 16 points, who continuously has his hot streak, right? You have Derek Jones Jr. contributing, Ben Simmons and Nicholas Batum as well off the bench with, double digits, and Amir Coffey as well. So very solid game. Now, let me point some things out. The Grizzlies were missing a couple guys. Of course, they're all-star Ja Morant. I want to put that out there. They're missing all-star Ja Morant, and they were missing Brandon Clark, who's their best rebounder. But everybody else was available. So I want to talk to y'all about what I feel about the Grizzlies, because again, this is going based off of matchups. And if you guys have not already, make sure you guys basically vote in the chat where we see the Clippers right now. The Clippers in the West, we got 1 through 3 on 29%, 4 through 6 seed, 50%, 7 through 8 seed, 7%, and 14 is undecided. So if y'all did not vote in that poll, make sure you guys take time to vote in that poll so I can actually see what y'all thoughts on where the Clippers rank right now in y'all personal opinion. All right, let's go into some of these comments. He said, Shab 9000, salute BJ and fam. Don't know exactly which team is the best since Kawhi got it, but this is the most versatile and fun Clipper team I can remember. I appreciate it, man. Old man says, salute BJ and pull up family. What's good, brother? How you doing? Mark Jag was good. He said, here. And Cam the Hooper says, salute BJ. What's good, brother? How you doing? All right, so let me talk about the Grizzlies, and then I'm going to go into the Clippers, and I'm going to go into, the game, what my thoughts are and stuff like that, and some of the players that, been impactful. So let's talk about the Grizzlies first. So the Grizzlies, I think, are the 5th seed in the West right now. Right? They've been dropping games. They're going through a little bit of a dry spell right now. They've been fluctuating between that 2nd and 4th seed all year for the most part. Now, we get to play the Grizzlies twice a year. 2 of the times they've already came to LA. Would have liked to see them play wanted to see them whole. I wanted to see us against them full strength last night. But I said to myself, I feel like we can beat the Grizzlies because what I saw earlier this season, right? See, with Kawhi being out, a lot of stuff was either exposed or in a bad way. And when we played against the Grizzlies in Memphis, especially, there was a specific game I remember. I think it was in December, right before the year ended, and we went to Memphis, or they went to Memphis and played the Grizzlies and won that game. And Kawhi wasn't back yet. Right, James Harden had a great game. Norman Powell had a good game. Yeah, those two had a great game. The Grizzlies, one of their issues is they don't have much of defensive backcourt. Right, Scottie Pippen Jr. is a good defender. He's a good scorer. I like his game, but he's of course still he still doesn't cause enough resistance against their backcourt. Desmond Bane ain't a great defender. They trying to use Vince Williams Jr. as a lockdown defender, but especially last night, that kind of went against him. So I felt like because they can't really guard in the backcourt, and especially when Ja Morant's playing, like it puts them more at a disadvantage. That's something that we can exploit. And then you look at their wing position. Their wing position, they have a lot of size in that front court from 4 to 5. Santi Aldama, of course, JJJ, Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Jay Huff, guys like that. They got players like that in the front court in that 4 and 5. But that 3 position, that should be a place where you can actually exploit their defense, right? So with all those components, I feel like Memphis against the Clippers can take them. Now, I will say this though. They were up in that first half for, I believe, to about 8 points. And they do have a lot of size on that team, which can cause some issues at the rim, and that can, kind of stop, hold off guys like Aviska Zubac, who has to deal with Zach Edey, who has to deal with Triple J, has to deal with, Brandon Clark when he gets back. Like, those are three legit physical bigs that Zubac's going to have to fight off against, because if you look at the Clippers, they don't really have any bigs. Batum is going to be our 4, which I don't think a lot of people expected. I think they expected DJJ or even Kawhi to be the 4, but it looks like Nicholas Batum will be the 4, right, from here on out. Even though we start off with these small guard lineups, I think that's prevalent. So I think we can exploit more things than Memphis than what they can exploit with us. They do have some good outside shooting as well. So maybe I gave Memphis less credit than they deserve, but I still believe if Kawhi's on his game, and then James Harden falls up on his game, then I think the Grizzlies, it will be a little bit too much for the Grizzlies to handle, right? At the end of the day, we have to look at basically how the matchups are going to go. You still hate Harden? I never hate nobody. I break down the game. Which I'm going to get to Harden in a minute as well. Shab 9000 said, lately we played mediocre first halves and dominant second halves. And there's a reason for that. There's going to be a reason for that, and I'm going to explain why. The reason for the first half and the second half is going to go simply through coaching, which I'm going to talk about Brian Shaw as well, what they were doing and what he did to make an adjustment. So the Clipper side. So the first half, one thing I did notice is that the first, multiple amount of possessions, Kawhi wasn't really touching the ball. Not really getting the ball. The ball is kind of, isolating from him. And then that really kind of put things at a disadvantage for the Clippers, because really what you were doing was, taking them out the, scheme of things, and that put the Grizzlies, in a position to, start, taking, more of an advantage. Luke Kennard coming down, hitting 3-point shots. You had JJJ scoring in the post. You had Desmond Bane as well in that first half. Scottie Pippen Jr. Coming to life. Santiago Dom. Like, guys can hit threes on the Memphis Grizzlies. So every time you miss a shot, if you're the Clippers off of a bad shot, it's gonna be, a bad result. So I think once again, that's something that I really noticed I did not really care for. So they started giving the ball more into Kawhi the second time he got into the game. Aviska Zubac had a harder time really dominating. Even though he had 17 and 10, he shot good from the field. You could tell his, hook shots and his, push shots and his, up in betweens didn't come as easy as it did before, right? Because you have a 7'4" beast inside, right? So that's something to watch out for against, the Grizzlies with Aviska Zubac. I know it's Norman Powell got less shots yesterday, 4 for 8 from the field, 14 points, played 27 minutes. Brian Shaw not, giving him full access to a bunch of minutes, which I'm going to talk to y'all about in a minute. Because I had a good interview about, yesterday with him. But Norman Powell, as y'all can see, his shots are going, lesser and lesser. He played 27 minutes last night. And then you look at, Bogdan Bogdanovic had 16 points coming off the bench, right, in 26 minutes. 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from the 3-point line, 5 assists, all that. Chris Dunn, 11 points in 19 minutes. Hit some 3-point shots to start in the first quarter, but Brian Shaw did something in that second half to try to give him a good different look. So what I want to do is I want to say this, because I'm writing a piece right now about Brian Shaw and Ty Lue, because the biggest discussion around the campfire, what's going on with Ty Lue. So Brian Shaw Practice day media said that Ty Lue was still experiencing back pain, and he, probably, they won't know when he's going to be back on the court, or when he's going to be back, as the coach. It could be against OKC tomorrow. It can be as long as next week. I mean, whatever the case, it could be whatever, right? So, this has become a little interesting to see, okay, how much longer is, Ty Lue going to be out? So let me pull up the tweet real quick. All right, so let me pull up the tweet. It says Jeff Van Gundy will be away for the Clippers for at least a couple weeks as he deals with a family medical issue. And Ty Lue is better, but will not coach again due to his back pain tonight. Due to his back pain, so this is an interesting thing we gotta look at because of these two things that happen. People would think, okay, well, the death, or I guess Jeff Van Gundy deal with some a family emergency or something. Probably somebody might have either passed away or is on close to passing away. Because of that, people think, okay, well, they don't got Jeff Van Gundy on the sideline, they're gonna struggle. Brian Shaw is there coaching himself, and then Ty Lue's dealing with these back issues and back spasms. People think the ship might start going down, but Brian Shaw is 4-1, has been our coach so far, being the Clippers coach. He's done a really good job, losing to only the New Orleans Pelicans, which one out of four games you lose. I mean, or 1 out of 4 games you lose, then that's actually that'll work. Or 1 out of 5 games. I'm sorry. So the difference between B. Shaw and Ty Lue, I've realized even just within the first couple games, the biggest thing is they're two different people. But the thing that makes them two different people is accountability and who they value and what they value. So accountability and what they both value. See, because Ty Lue has been out, is continuously being out all this time, people are seeing what Brian Shaw can actually. Josh Hart jokingly said B. Shaw wasn't doing nothing. And how ironic is, ever since that interview, the very next game against the Pistons, he coaches. That was against the Knicks. They played the Pistons the next game, and that's when he actually that's when Brian Shaw got that, position. And you're starting to see what he can do. Right? So you got that. And then Ty Lue's out for an extended period of time. Ty Lue ain't never had no issues with his back up until this point, like where you have to sit out of games, right? So it's very interesting to see what's happening, what's going on. The accountability that Brian Shaw has for his, team, and how he talks about, if somebody has it going, then he doesn't want to disturb that flow. But he will do it if it comes to it. So yesterday against the Grizzlies, he made a substitution in the third quarter to start Bogdan Bogdanovic for Chris Dunn. Right? He made that switch to start Bogey for Chris Dunn. And then immediately after that, I think the Clippers go on an 11-3 run to take the lead by 2 points. And the reason why he made that switch was because to space the court, so there'd be wide open 3-point shots. That's why he chose to make that switch. See, Ty Lue wouldn't have made that switch. He wouldn't have made that switch. He would have allowed Chris Dunn to stay in the starting lineup for the third quarter and, possibly put him out there in a position where he's going to be missing threes. Right? Because the Clippers were able to get into the lane, and I think Chris Dunn had 5 wide open shots in that first quarter. He made 2 out of 5 of them. So Brian Shaw quickly saw, okay, this is going to be a game where a lot of these, you don't get. I need a guy who can shoot corner 3-point shots because the defense is allowing the corners to be open. So right when Bogdanovich checks into the game, James Harden gets into the lane and kicks it to Bogdanovich for the corner 3, makes the shot. And then here we go. Now here we go. They go on an 11-3 run. That's a coaching change. Kawhi Leonard in that first quarter, as y'all were seeing, he wasn't getting the ball much. The offense wasn't being ran through him. Right? B. Shaw saw, okay, well, he's not getting the offense ran to him. Let me at least take him out for a period of time. Right? Let James play the entire first quarter. Now I can put Kawhi back in the second, and James can be on the break. So now we can look at the ball being ran through him. Now, that's something I did not like to see because, again, what you're doing is you're taking from Kawhi and giving it to James. But I saw that James was going to be able to have a very good game against Memphis. There's two teams in the West that James Harden is going to have a chance to, have a good game or a good series against. That's the Memphis Grizzlies, and that's the Denver Nuggets. If y'all been looking out through the entire year, those are the two teams in the West that James Harden will have great games or great series against. The Grizzlies or the Denver Nuggets. And it simply comes down to this. You got a backcourt who's not defensively oriented. And you have a backcourt who doesn't really put pressure on you offensively to have to, stop him. Right? Like I said, with Ja Morant, as explosive as a scorer he is, or as explosive as a high flyer he is, he doesn't have really a consistent outside jump shot to keep the defense honest. Right? So all you really know is that he's going to, attack the basket and look to score the ball. So that's a lot easier to defend, like, say, than the SGA, where we have to deal with on Sunday, who can score on all three levels. That's much easier to defend than Donovan Mitchell and a Darius Garland, who are just explosive scorers. That's easier to defend than Anthony Edwards, who's an explosive scorer. That's easier to defend than a Luka Doncic, who's y'all get my drift. So both Memphis and Denver, they don't have a great backcourt defensively, and offensively, their offensive top players are average scorers. Jamal Murray is an explosive scorer in the playoffs, but in the regular season, a lot of times you'll see Jamal Murray deferring or not taking his game to that next level. So those two teams, if y'all watch this year, Harden seems to have a lot of success, and then it proved to be last night, right? So that he made that switch. I'm talking about B. Shaw. And another switch he made also in the third quarter, and I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to, is how he's utilizing, a certain player, and that's Ben Simmons. If y'all ain't been watching in these third quarters ever since the last game against Cleveland, Ben Simmons has been very vital defensively. Last night it was Jaren Jackson, I think, Jay Hoff, and then the night before it was Evan Mobley. Right? His ability to guard the four position, his ability to play make, his ability to push the ball up the floor and get guys open shots, much similar to what Harden does. Guys want to play with you. Guys want to, be ready. They want to do their job at a high level. So what I want to do is play a quick clip of Ben Simmons about, what Brian Shaw had to say about Ben Simmons. I asked about him last night. And who he compares his game to, and also how much of an impact it is to have a player who can make such a big imprint without even having to score the ball. So I want to actually allow y'all to see what Brian Shaw had to say. All right, here we go.
What you said with Ben Simmons, I kind of want you to talk about his versatility. He can play defense, he can rebound and facilitate. How important is that to be able to dominate the game without even having to leave basket? Kind of talk about it, the impact of that aspect.
Yeah, there's certain players that have been in the league. I grew up kind of like a big brother to Jason Kidd in Oakland, and he was a player that always, I remember him from CYO to, all the way up, impacted every game that he played in without having to score a point. So Ben can affect the game defensively. He can affect, because he can guard 1 through 5. He has a high basketball IQ. And guys love to play with guys that love to pass the ball. Usually everybody, when you go to a workout, guys are working on shooting and they're working on moves. You don't see guys really working on passing. And so it almost energizes the rest of the guys when you have somebody who wants to pass the ball and doesn't care at all about shooting. They find openings, they cut harder, and they're more alert because they know at any time he can find them. And so, like I said, we're trying to jumpstart him being out there and having our guys get more and more familiar with him because there's still a lot more of him to be seen. And and so we're slowly kind of unpeeling that. And I think we still have a lot of juice in the fruit to figure out. And like I said, I'm happy that it's starting to come together as fast as it is. And
so I want to stop you real quick about that. We're gonna keep letting it play because he's gonna get into some other stuff with the, some other things. But I want to stop y'all about this right here. And like I said, I'm writing a piece about this. I'm gonna release this probably, if not today or tomorrow. I'm gonna release this piece in the morning. Sometime I'm gonna get this out here because it needs to be talked about. Brian Shaw, if you guys actually speaks, these are the type of people I can have conversations with when it comes to hoop. See, one thing about me, and y'all been around me for a couple seasons now. If some of y'all might have been around me longer before I got on StreamYard, shout out to my, people. But I'm talking about specifically people who've been on my StreamYard, who've been able to interact. It's a no disrespect to other content creators. I see the game different from a lot of these other dudes, and that's not being arrogant. That's just being what it is. I put in years and years into this game, playing, evaluating, analyzing. Y'all don't know what I do behind the scenes when I'm not even on the show with y'all. I love talking to people who understand the game, who are not stat geeks, who don't look at a player's deficiencies and say that he's not good enough, we can't use him. This player is trash. I hate clickbait. I hate narratives. I hate that shit. That's the one thing that y'all will be able to get off of me very, very quickly. I don't put up with it. I don't have time for it. So when I talk to a person who can't relate and can't speak other than what they read off of a stat sheet and what they can, I really don't have much to say to you. And that's just as clear as I can make it. Brian Shaw understands the game at a high level. And the special thing about him is that him not being a star player, who was more of a role player and actually can benefit as a starter part of his career, and he mentioned this yesterday, and partially a role player, you have the ability to see the game from the bench and watch, as well as been in the trenches and play. That's how I am. I've been the star on certain teams, and I've been on the bench on very, very good to elite teams. So I've had the ability to study the game, and I can see stuff that a star player of that particular team might not see. And those guys seem to make the best coaches. Because when you watching the game and you analyzing, you seeing players and how their mannerisms are, their movements, what they can do, what you have the ability to scout within the game. If you're playing, you're not really taking out time to, scout. You have to really spend a lot of time on film. You have to spend a lot of time, doing other things to really get that knowledge. JM, when you get up here, I'm gonna give you the panel. I'm gonna give you the panel. You can, you have my show today. Like I said, you're a man of my word. You got my show today, so I'll give you the floor today. to call it a show. But this guy understands it. Now, we have gone through time after time again, people saying Ben Simmons ain't this, Ben Simmons ain't that, Ben Simmons does everything on the court that Brian Shaw said he does, and he utilizes him. And people who understand the game realize how he's been utilizing Ben Simmons. 6'9", can play make, defense, rebound, all those things at a very good to elite level. Scoring the ball, first 4 years of his career, averaged 15 points a game. So you obviously can score if you can average 15 points a game. You obviously was an all-star 3 separate times in that stint in Philadelphia. So you obviously was a all-around great player. This guy was compared to LeBron James coming into the NBA. So hoopers and guys who are appreciative of the game understand what his impact is. And when he's on the floor, how he impacts guys winning. You heard what he says, and this is such a true statement. When you go into a lot of these workouts and you see guys working on the game, they're working on shooting and their offense of getting theirs. They're not working on facilitating being a playmaker. But when you play with a guy with the elite vision like that, who can actually run up and down the court, guys love playing with that. They get more energized playing with that, and it affects the entire team. It's infectious. So he's using them, and he's actually saying we got more to do to use them out. So that's telling me, well, it's not gonna matter unless Ty Lue isn't Ty Lue comes back coaching. But Brian Shaw is saying, look, we can use this guy at a high level. We don't want to hold him back to just being a backup. I would not be surprised the way he pulled Chris Dunn out for Bogdanovich yesterday. Brian Shaw, there'll be a game where Brian Shaw looks at Ben Simmons and say, okay, you're going to be either starting, you're going to be starting the third quarter. I would not be surprised because you already hear him speaking. He's saying there's more orange to squeeze out of the lemon. Or lemon to squeeze out the lemon. Juice to squeeze out the lemon, excuse me. Very good response. Very, very high IQ response. But I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of it because he speaks about the seeding and stuff like that as well.
In a time when we really needed to, because the Warriors keep winning, Minnesota keeps winning. This was a team that was ahead of us, so that helps us. We have the tiebreaker against them if it ever came down to that. So we just have to keep building. We got another big game coming up in 2 days, and so we have to get ready for that.
So this is the last thing I want to do. I'm gonna bring y'all in, or I'm gonna bring JM in first. Standing wise, we gotta look at the standings we got right now. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go and pull up the standings real quick. And y'all hold tight, y'all. Y'all hold tight. So right now, the Clippers are the 7th seed, and the T-Wolves, followed by the T-Wolves, who are the 8th. Right behind them, you got the Kings at 9th. You got the Suns at 10th, who just passed the Mavericks. Okay, so all these are going to come down to matchups, right? Now, yet again, we got OKC coming up on Sunday. Now, I don't know who's in and out for OKC. Like it just seems like everybody. It's always something with these players. Like one day they're in, one day they're out, and they're day to day. Like I ain't never seen so many injuries in the NBA at one time, right? So I don't know who's playing for OKC, but if everyone's playing, who's important, It's going to depend on. See, another thing I've realized too about the Thunder or about the Clippers. The good thing is that you can have Zubac, Harden, or Kawhi or Powell, one of those 3 out of those 4 guys who can have a impactful game. I've already said against the Grizzlies and the Nuggets, or Grizzlies and Nuggets, expect Harden to have a very good game. Against the Thunder and the Nuggets, the Warriors, you can expect Norman Powell to have a very good game. Why is that? Because if you look at their backcourt, they don't have such great on-ball defenders. The Thunder has Lou Dort, so Lou Dort has to make a decision. He's going to have to guard Kawhi or James Harden, right? So if you have to guard one of those two, then you have Norman Powell free to do whatever he wants to do. Same thing with the Warriors. Jimmy Butler's going to have to make a decision. Is he going to guard Kawhi or James Harden? And you still got Norman Powell doing what he does against their backcourt, the Warriors' backcourt. Timberwolves, are you going to have to guard, James Harden, Jaden McDaniels, or Kawhi? You got Anthony Edwards going to have to, he's a good on-the-ball defender. So that's another series against Viska Zubac. The Lakers, he can go off on. He can go off on the Warriors. He can go off on the, the T-Wolves, the Suns, like teams that are weak inside. Right? And then you look at Kawhi, I need to see him against the Thunder. I need to see him against the Rockets. I need to see him against the, the Nuggets. I need to see him against the Warriors. I need to see him against these teams because he's missed a lot of time this year. I need to see him against these other teams. But if Kawhi is who Kawhi should be, he should find a way to be who he is against no matter what team. The only time Kawhi won't be dominant is because somebody else has a matchup and they need to get going. But other than that, based off if Kawhi is still the guy that we know he is, he should be able to dominate no matter who's in front of him. Right? So all this is going to come down to simply matchups, right? This is going to go. He said, thanks, BJ. If it's okay, I'd rather wait till after OKC. All right. That's all good. Let me go ahead and drop the link for y'all to come in here. And we're going to get it going. Salute, DFJ. He said the Grizzlies might be in the play-in based on the remaining. If they ain't got, if they're healthy, they shouldn't be in the play-in. If their guys are healthy, they won't be in the play-in. If their guys are healthy. Memphis has a well-rounded team. It's just, to me, I don't think their stars push the needle. I don't think JJJ and Ja push the needle enough. I think they have a well-rounded team. They got size. They got three-point shooting. They got even some defense. They got dogs defense. They got rebound. They got all the stuff around them. I just don't think Ja against certain teams. I don't think him against certain teams would be, as useful. So I don't know. I like to see. Yeah, I don't think. That's my thing with the Grizzlies. What's good, old man?
BJ, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing okay, man. I was very impressed with the game last night, even though, Ja didn't play. But from the standpoint of how we played, very impressed. Good all-around game. B. Shaw, he brings a different type of energy, and you can see it resonating through the players. They playing with a lot more confidence. I just like the way they playing. Sometimes, like you say, you had to make some adjustments going into the third quarter because we had the momentum going into I think it was the last minute of the second quarter, and then he tried to run small, and they gave the Grizzlies a chance to build on the lead. I think they built it up to 6 points or something like that when we had got it down. But for the most part, like you said, the adjustment he made going into the third quarter, I just like the way he's coaching. I like the way that the players are responding. You can see the difference how they respond to him than Ty Lue, and that's just a fact. I believe they playing a little bit more looser. And Kawhi, man, good Lord, 9 for 12, 75% shooting. Man, that's crazy numbers. People don't understand the type of impact that is. That, and he's been doing that for the last few games. So big ups to Kawhi. You can see the energy. You can see the way that he's moving. You can see the way that he's been instinctive. He's not really thinking about the game. He's just going off of instinct now. It's beautiful to see. It's really beautiful to see. So big ups to the Clips, man. I was really impressed.
Okay. Shout out to old man. Let me go. So somebody, Mark Jack said, to be fair, Ty Lue never had a fully healthy team. Well, I don't know if you're talking about the playoffs or you talking about regular season, but he got a fully healthy team now. So if Brian Shaw's doing what he's doing, then Ty Lue got no excuse. He got literally no excuse this year. But let me go to my man Taz. What's good, Taz?
What's going on, BJ? Good old man. Skills. Hope y'all doing all right, man.
All right.
What it do,
What's
bro?
What's good, brother? Man, that game last night. Hey, we need to seriously be thinking about some coaching changes, man. Because the way this team is, like old man said, is responding to Brian Shaw. It's night and day with Palu. It is night and day. It was a great game. It was a good coach game by him too. I mean, in that first half, we saw Ben Simmons go out there. That shit looked ugly. What did he do? Immediately pulled him out. You know what I'm saying? Went into that second half with different adjustments. He came back to it later in that second half, but by that time, the guys had already settled in. The lead had already drawn, And one of the things that I also liked about him, he let the guys play throughout that whole fourth quarter. You don't see that from Ty Lue offense. Ty Lue see that we got a lead that he's comfortable with. He's going to immediately force some guys, and that gives a team a chance to gain some leads back. Brian Shaw said, "Fuck all that. We're going to win this game, and we're going to win it right now." And I love to see that, And you can tell how he is in those interviews. He's composed, He's a free thinker. I would say that way more than Tyler. I'm just loving what Brian Shaw is doing with this team right now, man. The defense is looking great. The offense is actually flowing like it should now. Not at all our pieces are back. I thought it would take, it is taking Norm a little bit longer, but Norm is actually getting his footing back in place. And that's the questions that we had. But even then, we don't even need Norm like that at the moment. So the little bit of minutes that he's getting, hey, go ahead, get yourself worked back to the right place. But for the most part, man, this team, it's looking like it's going to be a deep playoff run. It just can't keep the consistency that they got going right now. So keep its continuity flowing, man. But hey, that's pretty much all I got to say. Oh yeah, by the way, Kawhi did his motherfucking thing last night. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Kawhi. His jump shot is finally back, and it's going to be a tough time for anybody to go at that man at this point. I told y'all he's 100%, and I'm going to stick with it. Go ahead, brother.
Skills.
What it do, BJ? Salute to the panel. Pull up podcast, man. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. This Saturday, man. I'm feeling good, bro. The game last night, great game, great game. This is how I've been wanting the Clippers to play all season. Like, this is what I had envisioned in my mind. Like, when I was looking at the lineup of the team, this is the style of play that I had in my mind. Like, I felt like if we did this style of play, if we ran the offense through Kawhi and Zubac and everybody else got in where they fit in, sharing the basketball, I felt like this is what this team could always be. And I'm excited to see it. I just want to take it game by game, but I want them to, maintain this style of play. Like, do you all realize that Kawhi didn't even take a shot in the first half? I mean, in the first quarter, he didn't. I don't even think he took a shot. We started the offense, trying to get Norm going, which I like to see. I think like the first 2 or 3 possessions we went through Norm, just trying to get his footing back, trying to get him going. And salute to James Harden. James Harden played a great game last night. Great game. I have no complaints in how he played last night. He shared the basketball when he needed to share the basketball. He scored when he needed to score, and that's all I've ever asked for from James Harden. And what I'm noticing is, with the way this team is constructed right now, with us having like definite baskets in the mid-range and in the post through Zubac and Kawhi, because they're our bailout buttons. Like, if we can't find offense anywhere, we can dump it down to Zoo, or we can dump it down to Kawhi in the post. They were getting double immediately last night. It started off with Zoo, and then it transitioned to Kawhi. So it's good for us to have that. Like, I don't think people understand it. Like, now we have 3 legitimate people on our team that can draw the double team, like legitimately. Like, you have to not let them catch the ball in their spots. And if they do catch it in their spots, you have to send a second man immediately, or otherwise they're going to see through the defender and it's going to be a bucket. Kawhi is like coming into form. He still was the best player on the floor last night, even though he only scored 23. But the defense that he brought, the defensive intensity that he brings and that he's been bringing, he's sitting in that chair, he's shuffling his feet, he's getting over the screen, he's chasing down smaller guys, and he's effectively taking whoever his man is, he's effectively taking them out of the game. So, like, this is what I like to see. As far as coaching is concerned, I don't want to really, try to make it a Shaw versus T. Lue type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Because we're clicking on our cylinders right now, and I don't want to really spread that narrative. But at the same time, the real person in me, it's hard to ignore what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that Shaw is making adjustments, immediately. Like, he's not letting us get down. He's making the adjustments like in real time. And the lineup, if somebody's not playing well, he yanks them immediately. It's like no favoritism. I don't care, that we was, kikiing and ha behind the scenes. Like, if the production is not there, I'm gonna sit you down and put somebody else in that is producing. I also I think it was in the 4th, he went with the entire bench unit. While I think Kawhi, it was the entire bench unit, because Kawhi and Harden and Zoo were on the bench. We're on the bench, and the bench unit was out there. I think they played like the first 2 or 3 minutes of the 4th, and they held it down, and then when it was time to put the game away, he made the right substitution, and Kawhi and James came close out the game. So I'm liking what I'm saying, man. I want to keep building on this momentum. If we keep playing like this, and this is what I will say, I ended with this. This is what I will say. When T. Lue comes back, him and Shaw have been coexisting all year. So it's not a situation where these coaches can't coexist and it's an ego thing like that. I would just advise T. Lue to listen to Shaw if he has a suggestion. Listen to him, take his suggestion seriously, and maybe even implement it immediately, because this guy is pulling all of the right triggers, and the team and the offense has definitely, reached a new ceiling. Part of that is because Kawhi has gotten back to form, but also part of that is because the team is like bought in. Everybody is sharing the ball. And I saw something real interesting where Kawhi said something real interesting in his post-game interview last night. They asked him, where was all the joy coming from? It seemed like the team was happy. And his exact words were, when you're touching the basketball, it's easy to enjoy the game. Nobody enjoys the game when they're not in touching the basketball. So everybody getting their touches, it makes everybody excited. It makes everybody want to play. It makes it easier for everybody to cheer for one another. So the basketball is moving, and therefore the team is having fun. And when the team is having fun, it's going to reflect that. It's going to reflect that in the play. It's going to reflect that in the offense. So I think moving the basketball is good, because now even when they double Zoo or they double Kawhi, Kawhi, when we make that initial pass out of the double team, we're not going directly into ISO ball. It's still 2 or 3 passes looking for a good shot before we take the shot. And that's the offense that we need. So, I'm going to end it there, man. I like what I'm saying game by game. We just need to keep it going.
Good take. BJ, can I build on that for just a second?
Yeah, go ahead, old man.
Skill, that was a good take, beautiful take, because what
Appreciate it, bro.
Brian Shaw said, he's the reason that you identified Zubac getting double teamed, because Brian Shaw's scheme is to play from the post out.
Yep.
Throw the ball to the post, get double teamed Zubac. That's the reason he was passing. That's the reason he was much more effective. Even though the numbers didn't say that, but it opened up the floor. And that's the reason you've seen James and Norm and Bogdanovich and even Kawhi, even Christopher Dunn. That's the reason they was able to get some good shots, because when they collapsed down on Zoo, he was able to pass it to the cutting man, or he was able to pass it to the outside for a good shot. So, yeah, that's the take.
And then what's crazy, old man? I didn't like coming into this season. I didn't I knew we have Kawhi that demands a double team, and I knew that if James is going, with the pick and roll, he demands the double team. But we didn't expect for Zubac to start demanding the double team. So now it's like 3 people, and we legitimately can have somebody have to double Zoo in the post. They have to double Kawhi, because we can do it 3 ways. We can start inside out, just like Shaw said. We can dump it down to Zoo. They may have to double him there. And we can put Kawhi in the mid range. They're gonna have to double him there, and we can have James Harden at the 3 running the pick and roll. They may have to double him there. That's 3 styles of play right there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and then along with sharing the basketball, what I'm realizing is, everybody's going to have to sacrifice a little bit, because the pecking order definitely has to be Kawhi, Zubac, or Zubac, Kawhi, depending on what game. But they have to be your 1-2 or 2-1 option. It has to be them, and then trickles down from that. I don't think we're about to see the Norman Powell, scoring 25, 30 points a game, because there's only one basketball. So the numbers are about to look a little different. Powell numbers might not be 25, 26 a game. It may be 15, 18, 20 points a game, but that's fine if the rock is being evenly distributed throughout the team, because it makes people want to play. So man, I like what I'm saying, bro. Just as quick as I get on here and criticize, I get on here and give praise too. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Couple holes we still got to clean up. Bogey got to tighten up on defense. He gonna have to tighten up on defense. I know he's giving us that offense, but his man consistently scores, and that's not good.
Yeah. I gotta agree with both of y'all, man. Y'all had great takes. Let me go to Rob, man. What's good, Rob?
What's up, BJ? What's up, panel? How y'all doing?
Salute, Rob.
Yeah, hey, man, all I gotta say, man, is let's go Clippers, man. Let's fucking go. This is what, hey, the one thing I'm a Clipper fan, man, and I love to see us when we playing great, like we playing like this. And honestly, I knew we were gonna come out and beat Memphis with Jaw or without. Honestly, let's be real, man. We got Memphis number, man. Memphis can't fuck with us. Anyways, and it was a great game last night. Kawhi, like I said, Kawhi is back, man. The Terminator is back. His red eye is showing. You know what I'm saying? He is back, man. And to piggyback off of what Skills was talking about with the double team, the thing is too, when Ben Simmons is out there and they try to double team and they throw it to Ben Simmons, I just know Ben Simmons is gonna make the right play. Like, he's gonna make the right play. And I love that I'm like, shit, let them go fucking double. They're gonna either double Harden or Kawhi or whatever. And then Ben Simmons gonna be wide open, and he gonna make the right play. So let him double, honestly. So, and honestly, it was, like I said, it was a good game. Bogey still got to get better on that defense. I kind of expect Norm to still be, still trying to figure out where his place is on the team, how he want to play. Honestly, he's gonna come in, and when he does come, we're gonna explode, bro. We're gonna explode past these teams. I'm telling y'all right now. When he finally figure out his place on his team and how he want to score, it's over for the rest of these teams, man. We got a big game. What is it? Sunday against Thunder, or is it Monday?
No, Sunday. You're right.
Okay, Sunday. Okay, we got a big game against them, man. I can't wait, man, because we was talking about the measuring stick against Cavs, but this is a real measuring stick for us right here against the Thunder, man. Woo! I can't wait. But honestly, let's go fucking Clippers, man.
Okay. I don't know about y'all, man. I don't know the Thunder. You see something else I just saw a stat. The Clippers are 29-6 at the Intuit Dome. So with that and with the Thunder, how they're built, they're a great team, but I think they're very beatable, especially against us at home or against the Clippers at home.
Hey, BJ, we haven't beat them yet, though. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to go out and beat them and make
That's
it.
true. I'm just speaking upon the coach, and I guess it's gonna go to who's coaching. That's gonna be the biggest question. Who's coaching?
Do we know how long Tyloo gonna be out?
It's up in the air. He's feeling better, so he could be back on Sunday.
One thing
maybe the back spasm is messing with his coaching.
One thing we do need to work on that I identified last night in the game, because Memphis was really passing the ball really well. We need to work on our rotational defense. I think we lacking there a little bit.
Yeah, but it mostly be because of Bogey though, old man. Like I'm telling you, man, like he misses the rotation in his defensive assignment every time, and like every time somebody getting that open three, just go back and look. Like last game against the Cavs, the first 3 points was scored on Norm. They was all threes, but then when Bogey came in the game, he kept missing it. He kept losing his man, not getting above the screen in rotation or doing the pick and roll, and his guy would get the three. And like that's the only thing. That's the only thing that I can look at and be like, man, he need to really work on it. His offense is coming along, man, but we don't need any defensive holes. And then, you know, looking at the game last night with Memphis, you know, I kind of felt like James Harden was going to get out because they don't have the on the ball defenders to really stop James Harden. We're really a nightmare matchup for Memphis because they don't have the on the ball defenders to stop like a James Harden or a Norm, and they don't have the wings to stop Kawhi, and they don't even have a center to stop Zoo. So like, it would be their worst nightmare to get matched up with us in a 7-game series.
Hey, that's a fact, Skills. And can we say that our second unit is more solidified than our first unit? Can we say that? Honestly? Because I feel like our first unit, we're still trying to figure out what we want to do.
I'm not gonna say that because we gotta look at the games we played so far against. We beat Miami, Atlanta, the Pistons, the Cavs, and we beat the Knicks, and we beat the who we beat last night? We beat the Grizzlies last night. Right? So I gotta see us against OKC, I gotta see us against Houston, I gotta see us against Denver, I gotta see us against Golden State, I gotta see us against these other teams who's also been rolling before I make this play.
Agreed.
Hey, BJ, I'm just saying, like, along the lines of the 3-guard lineup, I'm not completely sold on that lineup.
I agree with you, Rob, but for Memphis, the 3-guard lineup can work. You know, now we can't roll that out against OKC. You know what I mean? Like if they roll the 3-guard lineup against OKC, we're gonna go down 10-15-0 quickly because we need a bigger lineup. But against Memphis, we can run that lineup.
Okay, I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of that lineup, Skills. I'm really not, man. I mean, I know it's a lot of
for 4 guards. I think it was a 4 guard. 3 or 4 guard. Man.
Let me go to.
Oh, that's my boy Mingo. What to do?
What's good? What's good, Mingo?
What's going on, man? That was a good game last night for the Clippers, but I mean, I don't know. I can't say whether it would have made a difference or not if Ja Morant would have played. I don't know. They beat him, but if Ja Morant would have played, would have made a difference? Who's to say? But anyway, James Harden had 30. Kawhi had 23, but he had 10 rebounds. Now, see, that's what ain't nobody talking about. The rebounding. That's the key to y'all team. Ain't nobody mentioning that. The rebounding is the key to y'all team. Kawhi Leonard had 10 rebounds last night. Remember I said this now. Remember I said this. And also, if y'all can get those 15 to, like 12 to 15 points out of Bogey every single game or every other game, or a little consistent, if y'all can get a little consistency with them 12 to 16 points from Bogey, yeah, y'all in good shape. I would say y'all can probably beat anybody out there. If y'all can
Did Mingo just
consistently,
say that?
yes.
Man, you can't. I mean, hey, Migo a realist, man. You can't ignore what you see, man. What's right in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, so I agree with him.
yeah, I do too.
No, I
Go ahead.
agree, man. Like they clicking, man. They clicking.
Keep on cooking, Mingo.
Hey, Migo, if you talking, we can't hear you, bro.
That's the key. And Kawhi Leonard stay healthy. That's the key. That's the main thing. There you go.
Hey, just to piggyback off of Mingo, and on top of that, Mingo, if we have Norman Powell getting like 15, like you said, I think Skill said it earlier, he don't even need to score 24. If he's getting like, if Powell getting him as 15 too on top of Bogey, oh man. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then Kawhi played more minutes than James Harden. I think Kawhi played like 36, 37 minutes. But I'm gonna be real with you. I'm expecting James Harden to even continue to play better. Like the more and more he gets off the ball, I think his productivity is gonna be better because I don't think he's gonna be as exhausted. So he'll be able to get us a game here or a game there in the series. Like, bro, the team is clicking. I'm just trying not to get too excited because, like BJ said, like how I really wanted the game against the Cavs. I really want this game against OKC, and I really want that game against Denver. Like I really want to beat these teams so we have some type of psychological edge, or at least they know that we can compete with them or even beat them on any given night going into the playoffs. Like I want that to be in the back of their mind. So like I want these W's going down the stretch, and I even want this New Orleans matchup. Like I'm tired of hearing about this Zion and we can't stop Zion. I want that game too. Like it's a couple games that I need to see at the end of this season for me to feel comfortable going into the playoffs and me saying, we can beat anybody. I'm almost at that point where I'm going to say that, but I'm just not going to say it yet. I'm going to keep it game by game.
Well, I'll be the one to say that for you. This team is definitely looking like we can beat anybody right now. Like, and to your point, I think we can chalk James Harden's recent success to Brian Shaw, because I think that is something that Brian Shaw has been emphasizing. A lot more ball movement, a lot more getting the ball to the people that we know is going to at least put it in the bucket.
Right.
And the thing is as well, like, to Skill's point earlier, you said it's 3 people that demand a double team. Hell, we got possibly 4 that can demand a double team, because if Norm get cooking on any given night, he can put up a 40-piece without even fucking blinking.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
Yeah, so like this team got a lot of scores, but like Mingo said, this rebounding that we've been doing lately, everybody's collectively rebounding. Like Bogey has been rebounding. Kawhi just is manning the boards right now. Zubac obviously is going to rebound. James Harden even been rebounding himself, So it's a lot of good things that it's showing championship pedigree to me right now, because the teams that are going to rebound and defend are the ones that are going to make that long run in the playoffs. Scoring is always going to be subjective, but when you talk about the things that you can manage, this team is actually looking like they're managing it well. So I really do think we can beat anybody in this league at the moment.
Great point.
I feel you, bro.
What gives the fans a lot of comfort that's not recognized from last night's game in particular. Kawhi took some falls to the floor and he got right back up.
Right.
He got right back up, man. That lets me know he's getting comfortable. He's getting confident. and that's the reason I said now it's all about playing instinctive. He's not even worried about his movement. He's not his reflexes and everything is up to par, So
No,
that gives the
Agreed.
fans a lot of comfort.
Yep, you can tell
Agreed.
Kawhi is definitely playing without thinking as much as he used to.
Let me go.
But shit, that's JF. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, let me go to JM. What's good, JM?
Salute, BJ, pull up, panel, chat, everybody, the Clippers. I just want to say,
Salute, JM.
What's going on?
and I would just wanted to thank BJ for even offering me the chance to even host the show, but I'm gonna graciously, decline. I'm not that good at speaking, and I probably will be a distraction. But just you offering it to me is cool. Maybe I'll take a rain check till we get into the playoffs or something like that. But y'all made some pretty good points, everybody. So I'm just gonna look at little small things that I noticed that well, our offense is like, I think we're like top 7 in offense or something like that. Like we up there, we averaging most points we averaged, and I still think coaching does make a big difference. I know somebody that said, well, we didn't have a fully healthy team, but a team means, we got enough players to come in and compensate for whatever we're missing. So yes, we are fully loaded, but that makes us a lot dangerous. Now, as far as I noticed yesterday, Edie, I had no idea they had a 7'4" center. So both of them kind of made the game definitely hard with Zoo. And but he stood his own ground. He stood pat. He is a big center. So by the end of the game, he was wearing them down. He was getting better and better as longer the game we played. And Harden, I like the way, I always thought he's better at attacking. He had 30 points, but I think he had like 11 or 12 of them was free throws. Like I think he's really, and now we cut down on our 3-point shots. We're not shooting 42, 45 a game. Then we only had like 35 attempts yesterday. So we focusing on really on inside outside ball. Kawhi gonna do his thing anyway, so that doesn't surprise me. I like how Bogey fitting in. I like how Ben fitting in, and this is an all-around great win. Now OKC, I see that matchup probably going to be a little weird. Well, not really, because they had the same problem. The other team we just beat, they just got a check, and they got a couple of big men outside of that. But Ben is an X factor, and I like how Shaw was starting to say, that Ben is. You started to see a lot of him playing more and more with other players. That let me know that he's going to play he might be in the starting lineup, like I kind of, was saying. I ain't no psychic, whatever, but I'm just going back at the input he bringing. He should eventually start starting. And everybody in our team draws doubles except for maybe DJ, J, and all of them because they're not shooters. And as long as we keep going, man. But OKC, I'm not really going to, cheer until we beat up to tomorrow OKC, because that would be one of the top teams in the West that we need to worry about. And we only one game behind the Warriors. Actually, Warriors just need to lose. Yeah, they lose one game and we tied with them, and we already won the tiebreaker. And who knows, we might jump up to the Grizzlies because they falling fast. And plus, with Curry being out, I don't think that Butler gonna be able to carry them against their next squad, but they've been damn sure getting lucky. But everybody made good takes. I'm glad y'all stuck around. I remember, and I'm gonna close it with this: about 5 games, we started on that losing streak. A lot of people were jumping off the bandwagon. I got receipts. Oh, we need to. Oh, ship Kawhi out, blow up the whole team, this, that, and I like, man, just hold on, man. Our team is built good. It just took a little bit of straightening, and who knew that the straightening was going to be letting B. Shaw coach. Anyway, go Clippers, man. Salute all of y'all.
That's a fact. Our down. I told you that when we lost JM, we lost it. Oh, Mike is in here. Never mind. What's up, Mike?
What's up with y'all? What's up to the whole panel, man? What's up,
Hey, man.
DJ?
Hey, talk your shit, Mike.
Come on, man. I said 13-3, man. Hey, they thought I was crazy. They thought I was
Hey,
crazy.
talk your shit, Mike.
They thought I had too much dip on my chip when I said that. Come on, man. I know when my team is playing good, man. I know when I see something, man. That's my team right there. But for the most part, man, I was in the building last night. I got to see that firsthand. Hey, the Grizzlies, that was a tough team, man. They was giving us problems on the boards in the first half. Second half, it's just like we just start going crazy on the rebounds. Everybody was involved. I like that right there. Kawhi had you a smooth 23. James the killer.
You talking? We can't hear you.
And three-ish, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Hey, we
We
looking
missed.
good. I can't wait for OKC tomorrow, man. They might shock me if they could pull off the OKC. That might shock me. And it wouldn't really be too much of a shocker because we gave them a game the last time we played, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I need to see that game, Mike, because I think it'll be a good test for me to really know if our offense real or not. What better way to know than going up against the number one defense? You know what I mean? So I want to if we can go and drop 120, 115, 120 on them, I have a lot of confidence leaving that game.
Hey, like
Yeah.
they say, man, to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Hey, we fully
Indeed.
healthy, man. I think we can beat anybody fully healthy.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it
Shit.
is it's not all hinging on one game, though. Let's not lose sight of that because we get to the playoffs, there's a series. So
Mhm.
I know, old man, but they be whooping our ass, so
there's
we got to go
adjustments.
get one. We got
Yes,
to
but
get one.
there's
Hey, y'all
adjustments
see
that can
those
be made
standings?
throughout
Those
the
standings
series.
looking like they in our favors too, man. It look
So
like
Yep.
we might get sliding to 5, man. You never know. We swept Memphis this season, so we
We
probably
re-
could get up to 5.
Unfortunately, oh man, we really can't take no losses, so we got to get each one. You
no,
know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying take any losses. I'm just saying it doesn't all hinge on one game going to, get to the playoffs as a series. So
Right.
all I'm saying is even if you lose a playoff game, you still have other games to make adjustments, even to the best of teams. So I'm not saying that, we should we shouldn't win or go, make it our business to win. I'm just saying, looking at it realistically, if we happen to play OKC in the first round, and if we lose tomorrow, that doesn't mean that we can't beat OKC. That's all I'm saying. You that's any team because
Mhm.
you're not dealing with a play-in type of situation where if you lose, you eliminate. See, and that's what B. Shaw was talking about. He want us to get to. He want us to get to the 6th spot so that we can have a legitimate chance to win a series. See, so that's all I'm saying. And then I think, like Mike said, being on this winning streak and whatnot, it's very important because Kawhi's not playing back to back, you know. So you got OKC tomorrow, which is a good chance we're gonna win because it's not a back to back game. He's getting rested, and the other players are getting rested. So OKC, they got to worry tomorrow. They got
Right.
to worry.
Well, I've been loving these last few games. We've been having like 2 days between games, so that really gives us a little rest too. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, we got to win every game that Kawhi play though. If he's not playing the
Yeah.
rest of the back to backs, and I actually don't want him to play the back to back. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like the way he looking, I'd rather just play it safe than sorry and let him sit out the rest of these back to backs. But that being said, every game that he plays, we need the W. And
Yep.
I think OKC gonna be a good test. But like I said, I want that W though. Like I feel what old man saying. Like it's just one game, so even if we lose it, it don't mean that we can't match up with them in a 7-game series. But just from a psychological edge, I want them to know that we can beat them. I want them to know that. I want them to feel that. And another thing is, my second thing is, I just got a question. Like, what do y'all think we need to do tomorrow to actually beat OKC? Like, what should the scheme be? Should we still be playing inside out through Zoo and then running
you
it
got
that way?
to.
You always play
Yeah, you
inside
got to.
out.
Absolutely.
You always,
These last 5 games.
you always
Literally.
play
Feed
in.
the offense, man. Feed the ball to Zoo. Let everybody eat.
I mean, ain't
Look,
nobody on
what you've
that
been doing.
OKC team big enough, man.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
I say we just keep attacking like we've been winning the last couple of games. Get
Mm-hmm.
everybody in foul trouble. Let
Yeah.
Harden lead. Go ahead. Harden is excellent at drawing freaking fouls. If y'all notice,
Yeah.
he was so good at that before that they changed the law against him.
Yeah.
But
You know,
we keep
another thing too,
attacking.
man, you know, we like everybody give him hard, you know, been hard on Harden, but he's only had 3 turnovers. In the last 2 games, he's only had 3 turnovers.
Well, he
That's why I
doesn't
had
have
to
the
give him his
ball that
props.
Talk that
much of
talk,
this
Rob.
game.
Talk that talk, Rob.
You
Exactly.
know, and honestly, Skills, I've been hard on him. Me and JM and a few of his other
Shit,
guys, we've been hard on
me
Harden.
too. Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
Skills,
But
yeah. We've been hard on Harden, but you know, he's been playing good these last couple of games, bro.
But
The
what
only thing,
what JM just said is key though. What JM just said is key though. It's because he don't have the ball in his hand as much. That's why he gonna have more energy. It's gonna be less. It's gonna be less turnovers, and he gonna feel better. And he gonna be able to give you these 30 and 40-point games here, here, there, or every other night because he not exhausting himself. I kept telling y'all all season, bro, playing 38, 39, 40 minutes, and not only are you playing 38, 40 minutes, you are holding the ball the entire time, bro. I don't care how conditioned you are, you're gonna wear down. You know what I mean? So it's like now that the ball is being shared, his productivity is coming up. And I think that's all we've been saying all season. Like, bro, just get off the ball some and it'll actually help you and the team.
that's all
Exactly. Yeah,
I've been
that's exactly
saying.
what we've been saying.
Get off the ball.
Hey,
That's all I've
look,
been
look, look.
saying.
Look,
That's
I
the
was at
B.
the game
Shaw
last
effect.
night. How come Bobby started the second half?
That's the B. Shaw effect.
Yeah, spreading the floor.
That's the B. Shaw effect. And that's what people got to just finally come to terms with. All of what we see is going on is because Brian Shaw understands that the ball has to move. And that's the reason Kawhi said what he said in his game interview. When the ball touches everybody, everybody gets involved now. See? And so that relieves James of a lot of burden. And you look at his splits. He's even shooting every so often. He's shooting some good splits.
Yep.
So
He had a consistent game last night. Yep.
and I want to say this. Memphis was tough even without Ja Morant. Big ups to Scottie Pippen Jr., man. I don't know why, people don't recognize what he's doing, as far as filling in for Ja and whatnot. But the young man can play. He can really play. I was impressed with him last night. Luke Kennard, he hit some timely shots, that kept him in the game. But big ups to Scottie Pippen Jr., man. I'm really rooting for him because the Lakers had him and they let him go. People was writing him off. And when he got to Memphis, man, he has really grown. You can see his game has really evolved. So big up to Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yep. And another thing that I was looking at the standings, man. This team actually could get to the fourth because right now the 4 through 6, the 4 through 6, those teams aren't playing the best at the moment. Memphis, this is their 4th loss in a row. Denver, they coming off a loss. They still trying to figure out what Jokic gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So if this team can continue to do what they've been doing lately, it is going to be a major benefit in the standings. Like Mike said, we got a chance to get in the 5 spot. That'll be hella beneficial. We'll love that.
What happened
Jokic has been hurt lately.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a major injury. It's just a little. He resting.
Yeah, I think they probably resting him right now, but
Just resting on that side.
Yeah, they're only 4 games behind for the 4th spot. 3 games behind from the loss column.
Right.
So
Hey, let me go to Mass real quick, y'all. Let me go to Mass. What's good, Mass?
What up,
Hey,
Mass?
salute. Hey, what's up, fellas, man? Hope everybody's
What's
having
going
a
on,
good
man?
Saturday
What up,
morning.
Maz?
What's up? What's up, everybody? it's hard to come in here and not give praise, not give good vibe to this team. I'll be a fool to criticize this morning. They've been playing good ball. Harden looked good last night. Looked like Houston Harden, right? Efficient, good all-around basketball. And when he got it going like that and he's not turning the ball over at a high clip, that's what you want to see. Kawhi looked good last night. We know what Zoo's doing. So I'm going to give praise when praise is due. The game versus the Cavs and last night, if we get this version of the Clippers, then they're going to be a problem. You're going to have to beat them, I'm not going to be long-winded today because I have no reason to be. I just need to get praise and credit where credit is due. And, if I was going to nitpick, I do want to see Norman Powell get back to his form, right? Along with this. But if you're getting this from Kawhi, James, and Zubac, then does Norman have to be 24, 25 a game? I don't think he does. He can be 18 and 5, right? Hit some timely shots, play some good defense when called on. I think Bogdanovic is starting to get comfortable, get into a rhythm, and he's handing the ball at times, and he's getting to the basket, and he's shooting shots, and they just look good, bro. And so I gotta give credit where credit is due, and consistency is the only word I'm going to use. Are they going to be consistent? And I don't want this team to waste performances that we've seen over the last week, and then come postseason, we don't get it. And so that's my frustration, right? We see it, we know they can do it, skills, but then when it matters the most in a 7-game series, certain guys do certain things. So, but I'm not going to get no more negative than that because I don't think today is about that. We got to get praise where praise is due, and we got to get credit where credit is due. When a guy or team or player does well, we got to come in and just give it. So that's all I got, man. Y'all playing good ball, bro. And you know
Salute,
what?
Maz, for being a
It's
real
the
one.
right time to play good ball. So we got to praise that as well, right? Because sometimes it's all about how you're going into the postseason. And if you're healthy and you're playing good ball and you got team chemistry, what more can you ask for? So that's what I got, bro, today.
Facts. This is the perfect time for them to be clicking right now. Like to agree with Max, knowing like it's only about, let's say 13 games left. And I don't see this team right now going downhill from this point. They've already been in their lowest right now, so I expect them to try to reach the highest peak in this moment. So as long as they can do that and stay consistent, like Matt said, hey, we're gonna be good, huh?
Yeah, no, I agree, but it hinges on Kawhi's health, obviously, and what T. Lue, how much he gonna shake this shit up when he come back. Like
Right.
is he gonna see what's going on and be like, sharing the ball is the way to go, or is he gonna come back and be like, nah, we finna start back running the offense that I want us to run, like, because if he come back doing some shit like that. It could throw off the vibe and the chemistry again. So that's why, like, I'm just trying to take it game by game. But like to Maz's point, man, it really ain't, bro. There's no way you can watch these last 2 or 3 games and come and really have a whole lot of negative shit to say, because they playing good ball.
Let's just encourage T. Lue to stay on his vacation, man. He's resting. Everything is good, Just check on him every now and then.
They say get that free check up.
Yeah. Just go and chill out, man. Get your back right, man.
Yeah, I'm not even really worried about T. Lue switching. I mean, B. Shaw not put the what's that word? He raised the level so high that the standards, like, if T. Lue come back and we lose, and we go, we got our offense just increased up to the 7th or the 5th spot from the 21st spot. We damn near up there with the big dogs now. And so I think the level of the standard too high. You're not going to expect nothing less from our team because you're not seeing what Brian Shaw and I did all of these games against some pretty good teams. So I hope T just humbled himself. Unfortunately, he's going to be in the same situation he was with the Cavs after he won that ring and they let him go 6 games after the season. So maybe T learn from there. Like, yo, if it work, keep letting it go. Don't come disrupt nothing, because then the fans gonna turn on them. The commentators gonna turn on them. The owners might be like, yo, man, I don't know. I don't know if you really working out. Cause we not seeing what we could do. We beat the best team in the East, and tomorrow we could beat the best team in the West. But I wish him the best, though. Just get that free check. Our owner rich enough.
Hey, I'm inclined to agree with you, JM. You've been right most of this season, so hey, I hope you're right this time too. Shit, I hope he come in and maintain that standard.
It's going to
Hope he
be
does.
hard to look at it as if he come back and we lose, especially to a under five team that we, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm gonna pass it around. We look great. Just got to keep going. Keep going.
Well, you
Let
can
me
see
ask you
how much
this.
you can see how much joy that the players are playing with. I mean, our eyes are not deceiving us.
No,
They're having
facts.
fun out there, man, and they probably low key probably been yearning this themselves all this time. And when you listen to guys in the interviews, whether it's post game, pre game interviews and whatnot, they know what time it is, man. And it shows in they play. It shows in this, you know, 8 out of 9 game winning streak. So we just got to keep it 100, man. It is what it is. No slight to Lou, but all good things come to an end, man. That's just a fact. And if Lou don't adjust to the schemes that he has been playing, if he don't adjust to the way that they are playing now, then he gonna end up losing not only the locker room, he gonna end up losing the fans, man. That's just a fact.
Yeah, because we can't deny what we're seeing, though, man. We know what we're seeing. You know what I mean? And like I've always hated the phrase. People be like, "He's a rhythm player." Man, everybody is a rhythm player. Any real hooper know you got to touch the basketball. You cannot be out there for 6 minutes straight and you never touch the basketball, and then they pass you or catch and shoot, or they want you to get some offense going, bro. You have to touch the basketball. So now that everybody is touching the basketball, everybody is able to get in the rhythm or at least understand the schemes, and they want to be involved, bro. It's just a fun style of basketball. You know what I
And,
mean?
and
So
just as well as Kawhi's methodical in his game on the court, he is just as methodical as his answers in the post game interviews. See,
agreed. I'm starting to peep that too, old man. I'm starting to really peep that.
I
When
was
he say
saying,
shit, it be for a reason.
I was saying that. Pay attention. He been saying it the whole time. People say he not leading, he not talking. Check out his post game interviews. So anyway, go ahead, my brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
but did
Now
you
go ahead, JM.
see did you see him against the Cavaliers, Kawhi? You could tell, man, he is really enjoying himself. Man, did you see the spin moves that he did, looking like Jordan and Kobe? That fadeaway jump shot. Oh man,
Oh yeah, that
that was
fadeaway jump shot he put on, man. That shit is like vintage Kobe.
that was
And
at the
man, when he,
elbow, the
yeah,
elbow, and down on
Michael
the
Jordan.
baseline, man. That was like I was like, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I knew once he started hitting those, he was back. I was like, oh, he back.
He on one now.
Yeah, because when he started hitting those, man, he's unstoppable.
Hey, look, I want everybody's opinion on this. So, like, what's the matchups tomorrow? Like, who you think they're gonna stick Lou Dirk on? Who he gonna be guarding? Who they gonna stick on Kawhi? Like, how y'all think the team's gonna match up?
They definitely putting Lou Dort on Kawhi. I can already see that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the crazy part is, Lou Dort plays a really good game against Kawhi every time he
he
plays.
do.
You
Lou
know,
Dort is aggressive as hell on defense. I ain't
yeah,
even gonna lie, bro.
he literally
He got
matches
Paul
Kawhi's
George injured.
physicality.
Remember? He injured
I,
Paul
I,
George.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think this shit gonna work against this version of Kawhi though. Like, cause
Right,
I seen
Nah,
old buddy tried to bag Kawhi down in the post last night, and Kawhi ass didn't move, bro. He
right.
didn't move, bro.
Talking about Triple J.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
literally tried to like
yeah.
post him and bag him down, bro. Kawhi did not
You
budge, bro.
sure you right,
no.
Steele. You sure right.
So
Offensively,
I
I ain't
like,
worried about. Like offensively, Dort, I'm not worried about him. But defensively, that man, he play aggressive. But you still got Williams. That Jay Williams dude, he played pretty good defense too.
yeah, he
Uh,
does. He does.
um, man.
OKC got a lot, man. They got a lot of players over there, man.
Hey,
Is Chat starting at the 5 or the 4?
I think we got
He
better
has to be the five.
than OKC. I think we got better offensive weapons.
Man, I
I'm
don't know.
inclined to
I
agree
don't
with
know
you.
yet. Hey,
Shea, but outside of Shea, who better than Kawhi?
all I know is Mike is they beat us. They beat us what twice, 3 times, or what?
I don't think we had Kawhi in any of those games though.
We
That's
didn't have
true. That's
Kawhi.
true. But I just
We didn't have
until we
Bogdanovich
beat them,
either.
Hey, one
My fault.
that's all I'm worried about.
No, I
Well, we
agree.
didn't have Bogey. We didn't have Ben. We didn't have Kawhi. So,
We
Oh
had Ty
damn!
Lue
You know what? We
coaching,
sure
so
did. We didn't have Ben
we
but
didn't
either.
I
have
definitely
Lance
agree with you
Star.
guys. We a whole different team now
We got
that
a
we
whole
playing.
different
So
team.
it's a whole different team. You know what I'm saying? We a whole different team now playing them. So
I would do this, to be honest. This may seem outside the box, but I would just put a disruptor in there for Shea. I would go as far as putting Ben on Shea. Just for disruption
mm.
purpose, because he's tall,
Ready.
he's able to move, he's quick,
Yeah.
he can keep up with Shea, and he can disrupt that
I
shot.
like that, old man. I like
I
that.
like
I like
that too.
the job done against Shea.
You know
So
another
so
thing
so
too,
you'll
It
put
ain't
Ben.
gonna
Ben in the
happen though.
starting. You'll start Ben, old man.
Yeah, what I do though, like I've been expressing all year,
Early,
uh,
take him out on the 7 minute
it
mark.
wasn't like he would take you wouldn't take out James or Norm, you know. You would just start him along with everybody, but have him at that point of attack position, you know, at the start of the game just to disrupt Shea. And then you could bring Dunn in to give him some relief and have him as a disruption also.
Yeah.
I
So
would,
Either
I
cover
would, I would like Norman Powell to come out hot tomorrow. To be honest, I would like to see him get back into some rhythm because we're gonna need it.
he heating up,
Yeah, we
y'all.
are.
We're gonna need it for tomorrow, Mike. We're gonna need it for tomorrow, man.
He played
I
10
don't
Yeah,
think
minutes.
it's
that was
going to be
me.
all that bad of a game because
26 minutes
they
last night.
OKC relied too much on SGA. I mean he their primary scorer, and Chet, is smaller than Zoo, and we got. I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
not
don't forget about the
familiar.
Hardenstein. Hardenstein been playing good for them too.
Well,
Yeah, man.
we know how, okay, we could put in Batum to handle Hardenstein. Like I don't see them being dominant at all. I don't think they're. I think they dominant against certain teams because they taller. But we got a tall Zoo. We got a tall Ben. We got shooters. Like I think we match up. I think we actually. But not in the standings. And I'm done with. I think we actually have a better team than they do.
They got some
Yeah.
shooters too over there. They got that dude Isaiah Joe or whatever his name. He a good shooter too. They got
We
some
got
shooters over there. Honestly, if we can just keep if Shy go off, that's cool. But we can't let the whole team go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
That's
If
a
we can
fact.
Yeah,
keep,
we're not gonna
we
let the whole
can't.
team go crazy though. Like
See,
I don't think that'll happen.
We
But
can't
hey,
do
this
that.
is a
Well,
crazy
that's what
take
happened
though.
last time, Skills. When they beat us,
I,
their whole team was scoring good. So
bro, we ain't have Kawhi, bro. I gotta keep stressing that we did not have
that,
Kawhi. The way Kawhi sitting in that chair
Hey,
right now, bro, I don't think anybody is
hey,
just gonna be going off.
hey.
right?
So
I agree.
I
Our
was looking at their
defense too
schedule.
good.
I was looking at hold on, JM. I was looking
My
at their
fault.
schedule. I was looking at OKC's schedule. So they got 12 losses, and I'm seeing a pattern. The losses they lost to is Minnesota, Denver, and Dallas. Those are the three teams that they've been losing to. So the playoffs is going to come simply to matchups. So against OKC, we done lost to them. Of course, Kawhi didn't play, but I'm still seeing a personnel that OKC will struggle with. So they got everything on that team as far as like on a full platter. They got like ball movement, great coaching, their defense, all that stuff. They got an MVP, SGA. So to beat this team, you're gonna have to play. We're gonna have to play moving the ball. We cannot play stagnant offense.
Right.
That's the first thing. Number two, we're gonna have to have Kawhi dominate his matchup. This is gonna have to be a Kawhi Leonard game. James Harden is not gonna have a great game against OKC. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Norm is
I
gonna be
agree.
hit or
I don't,
miss with Norm. It's
we
gonna be hit
might.
or miss with him, but he can score the ball against OKC, but just dealing with his injury and his minutes, we don't know. And Zubac, first time he faced OKC kind of wasn't as physical. So we'll have to see how he plays against
This a
OKC on
different Zubac,
Sunday.
BJ. This a different Zubac right here. I said this is a different Zubac right now, BJ.
And a different
Well,
coach
the
also.
thing about it is though it's a different OKC too.
Yeah,
They missed Chet and they missed a couple other players, and their team defense is a fully loaded defense. They're well
Yeah.
coached,
and
so
Chet
it's
brings
gonna
Zoo out. Chet
so
brings Zoo out. So
so they're gonna
Last
have
night
to
was a good test though, because we went against as far as like the height, what you talking about. Edie and JJJ is kind of the same thing. You know, JJ 6'9", but he athletic though.
the
Yeah.
difference between OKC and Memphis is the coaching,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and
Okay, he got a good coach, man.
they have a better coach, and they play team defense.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We gotta come out with everything. We
So,
gotta come out.
but Kawhi gonna have to dominate his matchup. I don't know
So
who's gonna be
fast.
guarding him. I don't know if it's gonna be Lou Dort. I don't know if Dort guards James Harden or Kawhi. Whichever one it is, Kawhi has to dominate his matchup.
Man,
Like I
Yeah.
said,
it's not gonna matter who guarding Kawhi tomorrow. Kawhi going for 30, and it's not gonna matter who guarding Zubac tomorrow. He going for another double, and I wouldn't be surprised if he have 30. Tomorrow matchup gonna be good. This is an unpopular opinion, but I actually think we should actually play Eubanks in spot minutes tomorrow. I really
That's
do.
a good
I don't
point.
think
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
good
think it
point.
should be. I
Yep.
don't think it should be a time in that game where when Zoo come off our small ball five, we have Ben at the five or Batum at the five. I don't really want to see that tomorrow. I want to play big against them. And to BJ's point, the team that they really give them trouble is the teams that are big. You know what I mean? So they move the ball and are big. So I would like to just see Eubanks in spot minutes, not long periods of time, but in those gaps when Zoo not in there, we need to put Eubanks in.
Another thing is, Chet brings Zoo out too, and you know how Zoo is on that perimeter. That perimeter, he not too great.
and another
Well,
thing we got.
Zoo's a little bit
Against
underrated now.
Hardenstein is starting right now. Just have him
He's
guard
Oh, it's
Harden.
Hardenstein. Okay.
No, I'm saying Zubac is actually not as bad defensively as he's gotten a little bit better. I don't really expect Chet to go off tomorrow,
I hope so.
but
We got
we'll see. They at home too, so it's a different environment when you at
That's
home.
what I'm saying, bro. That's why I'm like, man, like I like us right now, and I hope we like as a fan, I want us to win, but that we can't take these. Yeah, we can't come out slow like we've been doing. We got to come out and ready to fight.
I just think our rotational defense got to be up to par because
Yeah. And we need Brian Shaw to do everything he's been doing these last couple of games.
we're not
yeah.
playing Memphis. We're playing
Shaw gonna
OKC,
get him a coaching. Shaw might get a
which is,
coaching job with this. What y'all think?
Hey,
which is a really good
Yeah, I
3-2
think
team.
so.
So
let me
Yeah, I
go
mean,
to Kirk real quick. What's good, Kirk?
What's good, BJ? What's good, chat? How y'all
what's
feeling,
going on,
y'all?
Kurt? What's up,
How y-
Kurt?
ain't nothing, man. On my way to work. How y'all feeling about these Clippers right now, man? How y'all feeling?
Nah,
We
Kurt, did you
feeling
watch the
good,
game?
man.
Did you watch the
Okay.
game, Kurt?
Oh, that's good. I ain't gonna lie, cause I mean, the only thing I don't like about this Clippers winning, everyone's talking about, oh, the Clippers is winning. Y'all was not saying that like 20 games ago. Now everyone's saying the Clippers is about to,
Hey,
win the championship and shit. And they
Kurt,
beat the
did you watch
Cavs.
the game last night?
popping it
I'm
like
about to
this.
say,
I've been popping it like this all season.
yeah. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about like the media and everything. I'm seeing all these damn YouTube clips, and I'm like, yo, like the Cavs been losing. Like the Cavs lost like 3 straight. So that's number
Yep.
one. I'm not saying the Clippers
Do us
didn't
like
beat a
that
good
every year.
team, but the Cavs been losing. So I just seen they lost last night against I forget who they lost against. But I'm not saying the Clippers aren't playing good. The Clippers are playing really good.
The Suns.
Oh,
I
that's
will
right,
say
Kurt.
this.
You a Thunder fan, ain't you, Kurt? You a Thunder fan, ain't you?
Yeah. So I didn't know the Clippers are facing OKC. I'm about to give you my opinion on it right now. So I'm not gonna lie. I think the Clippers can beat them. What is it today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I think the Clippers can beat them right now. The Clippers are rolling. Zubox is playing really good basketball. And only I say this because OKC. I mean, BG just spoke about it, but OKC's hurt right now. J Dub's not in. That's a big piece. I ain't gonna lie. If J Dub don't come back for the playoffs, I don't think OKC gonna make it to
Oh,
the
I didn't know J
Western
Dub
Oh,
was
Conference
he
out.
Finals.
out? I didn't know he was out.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro. He's been, and that's why I was telling what's his name. Oh, I didn't know he was. What'd you say, bro?
I say, what's wrong with him?
You said what?
What's
What's wrong
wrong
with him?
with him?
What's wrong with him? I think like his hip or something. it's nothing wild though. Like he's gonna be back, but hopefully he's back by the first round. Like so, and that's why I said Shea's MVP. I was trying to tell whoever I was talking to. I was like, bro, Shea's been
Tag
playing with
me.
huh? I was telling somebody, bro. I was like, bro, he's been playing with an injured roster the whole year, bro. I said he's MVP, and
Yeah.
Thunder's at the top of the West. But no, the Clippers should win. I ain't gonna lie. Like I do agree. Whoever says Zubac should dominate his matchup, I do agree with that. Kawhi should obviously dominate his matchup. The key factor is going to be James Harden. Obviously, can he keep playing? Good play. Making good plays and scoring the way he is. Because OKC right now, like this is the time you want to beat them. They're hurt. You want to guard Shea because I ain't gonna lie, the engine, he's the little engine that could. Like he's the engine for that team. You have to stop Shea. If you stop Shea, you win the game. If you don't stop Shea, you do not win the game. So fuck everybody else. I ain't gonna lie. Stop that nigga that's going to score because you have J-Dub out. You have their second ISO scorer not playing. Like no one really can ISO like that other than Shea and maybe Wiggins and Chat sometimes. But
Hey,
stop
Kirk, how
Shea.
you think y'all will play defense tomorrow?
What'd you say?
How you think they gonna match up tomorrow, y'all? The Thunder.
Do they got anybody for Kawhi, bro? If J-Dub is out, who they got for Kawhi?
They're gonna put Lou Dort on Kawhi, but I ain't gonna lie, Kawhi. But what BJ just said, Kawhi got to dominate his matchup. I mean, no one can't guard Kawhi. Lou Dort to me,
Bro,
he's physical, but
I don't think they're gonna do that, but I think they're gonna throw Lil Durk on James.
Yeah, that's what they usually
oh,
No,
do.
well
they
then I ain't
usually
gonna
put him
lie.
on Kawhi.
Because
Then
Lou
Bar-
Dort is that point of attack defender, so he got to try to stop
then
James.
Kawhi, then like BJ said, Kawhi's about to have a field day. Then Kawhi to me has to get 30. He gotta get 30 tomorrow. He gotta get 30.
He getting 30. I can't guarantee you to win, but Kawhi's gonna have a dominant game tomorrow, and Zubac gonna have a dominant game tomorrow.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I would say Harden is gonna have a dominant game, but I know that they're gonna put Lou Dort on him to slow him down to get our point of attack. Just
They'll
to throw him out a little bit. You know what I mean?
I
put
believe if they play
they'll
the
put
inside
Caruso on
out game,
Kawhi.
You
excuse
said
me.
what, BJ?
They'll probably put Caruso on Kawhi.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot about Alex Caruso.
but here's the thing, Caruso normally does a great job against Kawhi. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I ain't gonna say great job. He does a good job. But I just think the way Kawhi playing right now, when he gets to the point where he doesn't see the defender, like he's looking through the defender, I don't really care who you put on him at that point. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I started admiring his game in the first place, because the strength in which he plays. Because like last night, bro, I was watching that game. And the reason I got excited is because we got different like scoring styles. You know what I mean? Like I was just looking at him versus Norman Powell. Like Norman Powell is like beat you off the dribble handoff, a speed game. I can drive real quick, and kind of get you off balance. But what I was saying from Kawhi that makes him so dominant is even if he can't beat you off the dribble, his strength allows him to just go through you. So it doesn't necessarily matter. I don't necessarily have to do all this bedazzling with my dribble. I can do 1-2 dribble, use my offhand, swipe your hand away, and literally get to my spots, and you can't stop me. And then once I get to the mid range, I pull up. When he playing like that and he looking through his opponent, I really don't care who OKC throw on him. It's not gonna stop him from doing what he does. And you already know what Zoo gonna do. I ain't even got to tell you.
And that's who I think going to have a big game. If Shaw continue to run the offense like he's been running inside out, I think Zubac, because it's a different type of structure with OKC. They not as tall and obstructive as Memphis was last night. So Zubac, he outweighs Chet Holmgren, and of course, if he can get Hartenstein to try to play him down low, I think Zubac will have a big game if they're going to play the inside out game. And that's going to open up the mid range for Kawhi also. Because Kawhi, like you seen last night, man, he automatic from that mid range. I mean, automatic. So I believe, like I said, Kirk said, well, who's going to stop Shea? You got to stop Shea. You got to stop Shea. We got two guys that can stop Shea. And I'm not saying stop him. I'm just talking about if he's shooting 50%, we need to get him to shooting 40%. If he's shooting you know, if he's penetrating, you know, to the goal, and you know he get a lot of free throws. So that's the reason I say get somebody in with the mindset to just play defense only on Shea, and that'll give Harden and Norman Powell an out to where they don't have to concentrate on playing defense. They can just concentrate on the offensive game.
Hey,
Let me
oh
say
man,
this,
I see
man.
why you said Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons don't spam a lot. He don't try to spam for the ball a lot. Chris
Yeah.
Dunn do that a lot. Chris Dunn try to get the steal a lot, and he get foul trouble. I agree with you. I think you just need to play honest defense. Don't try to, be too aggressive. Like, that's what the only problem with Chris Dunn. Sometimes he's too aggressive and he gets him in foul trouble.
Right. Yeah. In my opinion, instead of having Ben Simmons on him, I would most likely put Derrick Jones on him. Ben Simmons is a smarter defender, but what Derrick Jones Jr. brings to the defensive side of the ball is that athleticism. He'll be able to keep up with Shea just a little bit more. He's longer than Shea, so that he meets the requirements to guard Shea. I just see Derrick Jones giving Shea a little bit more problems than a Ben Simmons would. But Ben Simmons is also another good option. In my opinion, this game tomorrow is going to come down to defensive stops.
Yeah, honestly,
That's
Taz,
Let
we
me say
got
this
4
real quick,
defenders out
fellas.
there.
Go ahead, Matt.
Just real quick, and then I'm a dip out. OKC is a very disciplined team, and so
Yeah.
therefore you're not going to speed him up. You're not going to speed up SGA. He gonna do what he wants to do. I do agree at times you need to trap him, get the ball out of his hands. You can't do it every play. At times pick him up 90 feet with Dunn, give him different looks. But I think Oldman said it best. You're not stopping SGA. I mean, come on. I mean, with the rules and the way they call fouls, bro, there's no chance. There's nobody on the Clippers roster who can guard SGA. Just like if Kawhi got it going, there's nobody on that roster who can guard Kawhi Leonard. Like, we got to be truthful here. And so, again, and then, too, OKC's bigs are a little different than traditional bigs, right? They do a lot of pick and pops with Chet. And here's what nobody has mentioned yet. Hartenstein does a great job with the little pocket pass, whereas he does that little left-hand floater from about 10 feet and out, and he hits it at a very consistent rate. And he finishes well around the basket. And so not only do OKC has to deal with Zubac, but the Clippers bigs or big a la Zubac, they have to deal with their bigs. And so Chet's going to stretch you out because he's a 3-level scorer. And I think we forget just how defensively sound not only Chet and Hartenstein is, but OKC as a team. Like, you guys do know that they're having a historic defensive year, right?
Yeah.
And Hartenstein does a great job at going straight up and not fouling, just contesting shots. And so I think in this game, Zoo's going to have to really use his physicality and really punish Hartenstein. And we'll see how that goes. But it's going to be a competitive game, and it's going to come down to execution in the fourth quarter, like most of these games should come down to when you got two teams like this. And based just off recent history, I think the OKC Thunder just execute better than the Clippers do. Not saying the Clippers can't win, but if I had to put my money on the line skills, I mean, we can't go against what we've been seeing, bro. OKC executes at the highest level in the league. And here's my last point. They just came off a road trip, one of the most toughest East Coast road trips, where they played Boston, Milwaukee, Detroit, and a few other teams. And they went undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, without J-Dub. And SGA averaged damn near 40. And they were still a high defensive team. And so we'll see. We'll see.
Good points, Miles. Good points.
That's
Now,
That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to tell you, man.
If I could just pick it up, just
go
real
ahead,
quick, I think tomorrow's going to be a good game for a small ball, just to counter what Miles just said, because Zoo clearly is not a good perimeter defender. And yes, Chet going to come out there and, try to pull him out, because Chet is a tall-ass shooting guard to me. So I think the small ball going to be very effective against that Batum. Every time Chet rolled out there, put Batum on him. Put somebody else on him. Instead of, because if Chet moves around and all that, yeah, that'll be our weakness. But not if you got Ben in there, or instead of taking Zoo out and putting Ben in and let him switch like that. So Chet can go out there all he want, but he might face a 6'10" Ben out there. and then we got Batum could also stay back at 5. Now, as far as SGA, yeah, we got somebody stopping Harden. We could foul out Harden. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Harden. I like Harden off the ball the way he playing now. But one thing I will always say about him, he can literally foul out your whole starting 5. So I think them big men, they OKC don't really. I'm not pretty sure about them really, but I don't remember them ever having like a bench. Like if SCA go out, who they bring in to replace that scoring? And if Chet go out, who they got to hold down the backcourt? Now you got Hardenstein, but he clearly wasn't good enough for us to keep him. So I don't. And we know him. We fairly are familiar with his style of play. And once again, we don't have to use Zoo for that. You got to bend, and you got to freaking Batum, get him in foul trouble. They got to also stop us. Now discipline and all that. What Miles was saying, we got a whole new coach. You're not playing an undisciplined Ties team. We're playing a very well coached team under Shaw, and we play like team ball. Last comment. I hope that we don't have to rely on Kawhi getting 33 points, because if we do, that means that there's nobody else scoring. I hope it still be balanced. Everybody average like 20 something. Bench comes in, and I think we're gonna just outscore them. The defense, I'm not really worried about them stopping us at all. I think we match up well against them, and anyway, we just gonna outscore them. Same way we had to do Cleveland.
Hey, the only thing I will say this is that SGA, and I think he's the only other person that gets more foul calls than Harden. SGA be getting them foul calls, man. He be getting like you can breathe on him, he get a fucking foul.
He does.
That's
I
a
mean,
fact.
Start done on them. Bring Ben to wear him down. My fault. What?
No, I was about to say I kind of agree with JM a little bit. I agree with JM a little bit in the sense that I think we're gonna have to outscore them, because defensively we actually match up with them well. They number 1 for a reason, but we number 2 for a reason. So like our defense, I think we number 2 or 3, but our defense is legit too. So I think defensively we're gonna match up well. It's literally just gonna come down to at the end of the game who can get those last couple of buckets off and remain disciplined on defense in the end. And I think we can pull it off. I'm not guaranteeing the W, but I think we can pull it off. And I do have a little pushback to one of the things Ma said. He said that when Shea get going, that nobody be able to stop him, and I do agree. He won't be able to stop. Nobody will be able to stop him. But I think Kawhi can contain Shea way better than Shea could ever hope to contain Kawhi. And if it really come down to a matchup like that, I don't think because Kawhi gonna get 30 tomorrow, but it's not gonna affect the team. The rest of our team is gonna be in double digits too, at least the people in the starting 5. But I think if Shea really gets to going, I really think Kawhi gonna accept the challenge.
I think it really depends on James Harden tomorrow. Because if James Harden is willing and dealing and not forcing shots, I think we could really beat this team, man. Because James Harden, if he has a high turnover rates tomorrow, we lose it. I'm telling you that right now. If he has high turnover, it's over. But if he keeps it low like he's been doing, I think we're gonna be just fine.
He just has a difficult matchup tomorrow. Like I'm like almost sure that they're gonna put
That's
Lil
why I'm
Durk on him.
saying it's up to him to get the ball out of his hands. He can't be holding dribble. I want to see him getting the ball to Zoo quick, get it out your hands, and get it to Zoo or Kawhi. You know what I'm saying?
But on the real, Rob, all he got to really do is just do what he's been doing these last 2 or 3 games. If he just continues this style of play, he'll be okay. Like long as he doesn't resort back to like pounding the ball, because sometimes it be hitting your pride with like a Lou Dirk, picking you up full court and you not being able to get your offense off like you wanted to. You may start to force things, but as long as he doesn't fall into that trap of trying to force things, and Shaw kind of keeps him in line of playing team ball, I don't think he'll have a great game, but I think he still can be efficient. He still can give you like 22 with like 7 or 8 assists or something like that, and that's all we really need from him.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm being real.
8 assists with like 2 turnovers. I'm cool with that.
Hey, I'm gonna guess a stat right now for the FanDuel. Harden gonna get over 12 free throw attempts.
Okay. Hey,
I
honestly,
would bet on
JM,
that.
if Lou Dort is guarding James Harden, I would love to see that because then it will get his ass on the bench.
Yeah, James Harden is going to be the one to foul out Luke Dort if anybody's going to do it. So if James Harden can do what JM is saying, yeah, that is going to be a hell of a benefit for Kawhi. That's going to be a benefit for Zoo. That's going to be a benefit for Norm. Hell, even for himself. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, if James Harden is going to be doing all that, that means he's going to have the ball in his hands most of the time. So I'm going to need to see at least a good
That's a fact, Taz. That's a fact.
You own one, Tad.
yeah. Yeah, about 6 or 8 free throw attempts. But other than that, I don't want to see the ball in his hands enough to where he's baiting the other team and he's spamming that bait move. Like that's just not going to work out tomorrow.
Great.
He's been doing efficient though. Even the game when he only shot 14 times, he made it to the free throw line 10 times. Like,
but you gotta remember, this is the number one team, though. I'm really feeling like the refs gonna be with Thunder tomorrow. The refs gonna really be with the Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Because they at home too.
They're not at home. They ain't into it.
Yeah,
They're into it though.
Oh wait, they at home?
At our house.
Oh, okay, man. My bad. I thought we was at OKC. My bad.
Look, y'all heard me say it here first. I think the ref is actually gonna, cater to whoever the aggressors are tomorrow. Whoever come out aggressive and just really go up to score and not, doing all that crying and stuff. That's who the refs gonna lean towards tomorrow.
But
So
anyways,
they're doing
man.
all that whining, they're not gonna get no calls tomorrow. That's what I tell you.
But yeah. Anyways, man. As a Clippers fan, man, let's go. Hey, fuck what everybody say. Let's go Clippers tomorrow. We getting this fucking dub, bruh. Let's fucking go. I'm out of here, y'all.
All right, Rob, easy, dog.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. We got to stand pat, man. Stay the course. Your schedule.
You right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying you're right, JM. You cooking. That's all we got to do.
I wasn't big on Zubac at the beginning of the season. He's growing on me a little bit.
Oh, come on now. You just a little bit. Come on, man.
Look, I got to give credit where credit is due, no matter what, But I would like to see Zubac get that ball because Chet is light, and I think he can get Chet and Hardenstein in some trouble.
Yeah.
I believe that's what Shaw gonna do. I believe he done got to the point where he said our bread and butter is the inside out game. And every player on the team should want that game because it opens up and gives them better shots and whatnot. That's the reason you see the splits like they are,
Yep.
So, man, I know the fans would love to see Kawhi defend Shea, but strategically, it wouldn't be good at this point because you want Kawhi, like Skill said, Kawhi going to come out and give his best game. You don't want him to exert the energy that it takes to guard shot and get the effective game that he needs to be in order for us to get the win, So I believe that you put those guys, like I said, you can put Dunn on them. If you're going to start Dunn, you can put Dunn as a disruptor, or you can choose to put Ben on them, and just disrupts shot. Because if you disrupt them, that means that, passing the ball to the cutters won't be so easy. You can defend, you can go over the screens, or if you need to go under the screen, you can do that more. And we don't want Kawhi to be going through all of that, and have the effective game that he needs to have in order for us to get the win. So that's how I was looking at it.
No, I agree. I mean, you only stick Kawhi on him if he gets to really cooking and starting to look unguardable. At that point, you have no choice. But anything outside of that, I agree with you. Like, don't let Kawhi waste energy on guarding him all game.
Right.
Let me go to E. Let me go to E Leezy real quick. I'll get right back to it. What's good, E?
Salute. Good morning, man. How y'all brothers doing? Salute.
All right, E.
What it do, E?
Bro, doing all right, man.
Hey, man, I just my flowers to James Harden, bro. To be honest, like you know what I'm saying. When you highly critical of a player and then they answer your critics with the style and the way they playing, his defense was crazy amazing yesterday guarding Triple J. You feel
It
me?
was.
I'm talking about it didn't matter who he switched on, like, and that's the James Harden that I know that he can be. But when he's that lazy James Harden that don't give effort, because that's all defense is effort. It don't take no skill to play deep. Like, what the hell? It takes great instincts, you know what I'm saying, and high basketball IQ, but everything else is 110% effort, bro. If he can get that type of effort and then dictate pace and playing under control without turning the ball over, then the Clippers got a shot, because that's really all that Kawhi Leonard really needs is that second running mate. Because, you know, James Harden is real good at pace and dictating tempo, like, you know what I'm saying? So once he start cooking like that, it's hard for them to beat. It's going to be hard for anybody to beat the Clippers, because with Zubac and Kawhi Leonard and then now Norman Powell getting back into the fold, man, it's going to be hard, bro. And then Derrick Jones Jr. settling into his role now that Kawhi's come back. Derrick Jones Jr. knows exactly what is expected of him. And then you plug in with players like Chris Dunn, who out there, he's starting to improve his three-point percentage over the last 5 games. But his defense always going to be there in his effort. They locked in right now, bro. They getting hot at the right time, and that's exactly when you want. This is the time where you want to start playing your best basketball. I don't care what seed you are. We've seen Miami go to the finals in a play-in situation, so it don't really
Indeed.
matter about seeding, in my opinion. I think Clippers can beat any team in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, but they just have to play this sound style of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Brian Shaw, it's a difference between Brian Shaw and Ty Lue. I don't know if y'all see it, but I know I see it. You feel me? So,
Trust me, we see that shit.
Hey, we see that shit wide open, bro.
I be highly critical of players, bro, because I just expect more, because I know what they're capable of doing. So I gotta hold them to that higher standard. But I gotta give James Harden his flowers, though.
Yeah, no, he playing good ball, bro. He been playing good ball for like the last 3 or 4 games, you know. So you got to take your hat off to him. But it's crazy though, you know. People say we criticize him, but we've been screaming all season, like, bro, if you play like this. I know some games prior to like Kawhi and the trade deadline and all that stuff, you know, he had to play those minutes and have a high usage rate like he had. But like, you know, around this time, up until about 10 games ago, bro, we've been screaming like, bro, come off the rock and your efficiency and everything is gonna go up, because you just not wearing yourself down like that. You know what I mean? So it's like he took the advice, and bro, he looking good, bro. I have nothing to say about Uno. Salute to Uno, bro.
Also, hold on, my bad. Also, Bogey. Everybody was killing that dude in the trade. I was trying to tell people, bro, don't worry about Bogey, bro. Bogey gonna be solid. I'm telling you, and he's playing defense too. Bogey out there killing if y'all realize it or not, bro.
Well, somebody on here don't think Bogey playing deep. Is that
I don't think he playing no defense. Hey, bro, I was just about to push back on that. I don't think he playing no defense, bro. I disagree on that.
Defense, bro.
Bro, he loses matchup every time. he loses matchup every time. Like, bro, he gets scored on every time. Like, I agree with you on the offense.
Though yesterday he had some possessions. He had some possessions where he lost his man. But you know what? That's why you got team defense, bro. Like, you got to communicate on them plays. But as far as his on-ball defense been pretty good, bro, from what I was watching.
I guess my problem with him, Elise, is like he get lost in the stream a lot of time when the defenders, whoever he checking, you know, he doesn't get above the stream. Let me just say that he don't get above it. He kind of gets lost behind it, and then like even yesterday, bro, like we was leading, and then Memphis came back and took the lead. That was primarily because of Bogey, bro. His man was getting off, and that should be ignoring me.
Okay, I missed that then.
Yeah, like I say, you know, when you got him in there, and it was somebody else in there. I think it was Powell. You got to have good rotational defense, especially if you got a good 3-point shooting team, you know, and that's what Memphis was doing last night. And they was hitting those 3-pointers because they was passing their rock around, you know, and they got some good shots. But our rotational defense just has to pick up just a little bit, you know. And
Yeah.
we can't do that against OKC because OKC, they got some 3-point shooters. So,
Indeed.
you know, we just got to clean up on our rotational defense. If we're going to switch hard, protect that 3-point line. If that's
The only
what
thing that I would say is OKC poses a matchup because they have a stretch big who can shoot. See, what's the name can pull Zubac out of the paint. That's gonna open up driving lanes and backdoor cuts and all of that stuff. But other than that, Zubac can wear them down inside if you throw him the ball. You feel me? So it's a
Yeah,
caveat.
yeah, I do
Yeah,
agree with that.
that's a good
Another,
point. I wanted
my bad. Go ahead, BJ.
I
No,
wanted
you
to
good?
piggyback off that. So I was thinking, so it's gonna matter how Zubac gets the ball as much as him getting the ball. Somehow I realized we were running a lot of that pick and roll with Zubac against OKC, so that might help OKC to guard it. So instead of that, they should just dump the ball in him tomorrow and let him go 1-on-1. And if he gets doubled, you got open shooters around him. So it's gonna matter how he gets the ball as much as how many touches he gets the ball.
Thanks. Thanks.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you
and
this. Let
another
me ask you this,
thing.
BG. Oh, go ahead.
Man, all I was gonna say is, this team right now, with us going against OKC, I like our small ball defensive lineup going against this team. That Ben Simmons, Kawhi, Nick Batum, Chris Dunn, and I think Amir Coffey. That lineup has shown that they can play really good scramble defense. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to get in everybody's shot. They're going to make it difficult for everybody on the floor. And honestly, Chet being the size he is, even though he is 7'4", 7'5", the strength of that small ball defensive lineup on our team, it is stronger than what the fuck it may seem like. It might look like a small ball team, but they play really lengthy whenever that small ball lineup is in there. So I really think that's going to play a big factor. And yeah, real physical. And I also would say I would want to limit Zubac's minutes if that small ball defense is actually proven to work. Of course, I want Zubac to get his 20, 25 minutes in, but I don't want him playing longer than 25 minutes just because of how OKC plays. They're going to stretch the floor. They're going to make Zubac run, man. So if we can get some continuity on that defensive end and keep that small ball defensive lineup in the right proper positions and able to score at the same time, I think this game is going to be a fairly, I'm not going to say easy. Never mind. I'm not even going to say that. It's going to be a good game. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying. Go ahead.
Bro, I'm so happy we got Nicholas Batum back, bro. I'm so happy we
Yeah.
got him back, bro. And I'm happy we got Ben Simmons back too. I mean, we got him, bro, because they add a lot of diversity to the team that we didn't have before. Like, you gotta understand, Nico is 6'8", bro, with the wingspan of a 7-footer, and Ben Simmons is 6'10". All damn near center size, you know what I mean? So it's like you put them on the floor together, it causes problems. But what I was gonna ask you is, BJ, regarding what you just said, is do you think that OKC is gonna double Zoo, or do you think they gonna accept the one-on-one challenge? Because I'm kind of on the fence about what their defensive
they
strategy
gon'
gonna be.
they gon' they gonna go on the zone.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's going this game. I know we got a lot of y'all got great points. I've been listening to y'all what y'all been saying. This game's gonna go down to coaching. This is not gonna go simply off of players. This is gonna go off of coaching, in my personal opinion. See, it's not even about we got this. The job of the opposing coach is to take away what the other team does well. So if you're in the 2-3 zone, that takes away a couple of things from us. That takes away that pick and roll that Harden likes to use, and that takes away that one-on-one matchup that Zoo likes to use. So that's all scheming. Okay, so now Brian Shaw, and I don't know who's coaching between him and Ty tomorrow. They gotta find a way to break that zone. This is why I say Kawhi gonna dominate, because even if you in the zone, that opens up what? That opens up the mid range, them pockets
Yeah.
in the court. That's him. That's Kawhi all day. So when you do that, they gonna come out that zone.
and they're gonna go man. Now you can start using your matchups with Norm and with Zoo if he takes advantage of it and stuff like that way and the other. But OKC on the other side, I can tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna have SGA go at both our guards and force them to make an adjustment, us make an adjustment defensively. That's what I see. That coach is going to probably start off that game with that 2-3 zone.
And
Hey, you know what?
that's why Harden got to be smart in his shots. You know, if they're going to play a zone, he just can't get to jacking up shots because he can't penetrate. So that means the ball got to swing around more, and then you got to flash. You know, bust that zone up by flashing somebody to the elbow in order to get the pass, and then maybe get it down to Zubac or kick it out, you know, for a 3-point shot. Or, you know, Kawhi can get that mid-range shot. But somebody got to flash. He got to be more cutting.
Yes.
If they're going to play that 2-3.
Hey.
Yes.
I think y'all need to make SGA a volume shooter. Like, because when the Warriors beat him earlier this year, SGA dropped 50, but it was on a high volume of shots, and they kind of contained everybody else. So if you can just force SGA to be a high volume and just cut everybody else's water off a little bit, then y'all probably gonna blow them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want SGA to get his numbers and then all the other guys get all their numbers, because it's hard to beat them when everybody got confidence. You got to shoot. You got to, you know what I'm saying, break the confidence of all the other important role players on their team. The Aaron Wiggins. You don't want Hardenstein getting floaters in the middle of the lane. You don't want, you know what I'm saying, Isaiah Joe out here hitting threes. And you got Caden Wallace. You don't what's the name? Wallace. You don't want him hitting threes. You got to shut down everybody else. And then Jay Will, you just got to be physical with Jay Will. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Jay Will ain't playing tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he out.
Okay, well, y'all, that's an easy dub then. Y'all got that for sure.
Yeah, Jalen Williams, that was about to say too. Him being out is going to help because now he doesn't have a second. Chet going to have a big game tomorrow for them to even have a chance. If Chet gets 15, 16 points, yeah, they're going to lose that game because now you don't have enough scoring to off-put what the Clippers have offensively as well. So, yeah, it's come down to a chess match tomorrow. I just need to know who's coaching between him and Ty. Because if Ty's coaching that game, he will.
Chet is going to have to dominate the board, the glass. It's going to be Chet and Hardenstein is going to have to win the rebound battle with Zubac in their interior, their front court. And then he's going to have to defend the rim too. So if Chet can get 13, 14 rebounds and have 3-4 blocks, that will keep them in the game late. But I just don't think they have enough to overcome the shot making, you know what I'm saying, and then the clutch play that you got in James Harden and Kawhi Leonard down the stretch of a game.
Hey, are they both in the starting lineup, Chet and Hardenstein? They both in the starting lineup?
No, I don't think so. They might have to be now, but I don't think so.
But
No, I don't think so.
Caruso going to be big for them too tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot they got Caruso. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things for me as well, just to push back a little bit on what Easy said, I don't want Shea taking high volume shots. You know, that's just me. I would much rather you lock down Shea, because I've seen too many times with this team, you give the superstar player on the other team so much confidence to just go out there and hoop. You know, that once that fourth quarter come around, it's not much you can do when that superstar player sees that rim like it's the fucking ocean. You know what I'm saying? So I would much rather force Shea into the paint a whole lot more. You know, I don't want him taking those mid-range jump shots. I don't want him getting comfortable with those mid-range jump shots, because as far as we know, Shea and Kawhi mid-range game is damn near neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? So Shea can be a huge problem if he just gets going like that. I would much rather guard Shea and, you know, play real serviceable defense on that role-playing team that OKC got. Because as long as you can get a hand in the face, it's not much other defense you can play on the role player. But when it comes to Shea, you're going to have to scheme defensively for Shea. know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
There's something else too I want to mention. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. This is where Zubac had a midi. Oh my gosh, you can't guard it. But since Zubac's traditional, that zone is going to make him have to be outside of the paint where he's not effective. So if that's the one area of his game he's missing. If he gets a midi, like a 15, 18 footer, bro, he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see Ben get with Zoo and develop that little floater that he got, like from the free throw line around that area. But I think if Ben has something like that, that'll take his
Yeah,
game to the next level. Because he's not a good shooter. I think at this point he'll never be just a good shooter. But I
he's
think he
not a
could
good
improve
scorer.
that floater, bro. If he can get that floater, that'll change everything for him.
Man, that thing looks so fucking ugly, dude. I ain't
It
even gonna
does,
lie
bro.
to you.
It
That
does,
shit
bro.
looks so ugly,
Hey,
man.
hey, that's what made me say that, Ted, because I saw how ugly that motherfucker looked last night. I was like, bro, you need to work on that shit, cuz. You know what I mean?
Nah, for
Like,
real. Nah, for real, bro. Like I don't know why Ben Simmons don't crash the board. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to get near the glass. I don't want to see that damn hook shot. Like you too damn big, too damn strong, too damn fast for you not to be able to get to the rim. At least use that backboard to your advantage if you can't do shit else. You know what I'm saying? Because Ben Simmons, his scoring is fucking atrocious, dude.
it is, bro. And like I seen last night where it was points of the game where they kind of knew that he wasn't looking to score and was able to pick the ball off a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's
Right.
like we know that you're not finna try to score. And even if you like, and then my thing is if you're gonna try to drive or act like you're gonna drive, you got to really sell that shit. You got to drive with some conviction. Even if you
Right.
have no intention on trying to lay the ball up, at least get to the rim. You know what I mean? And then
Mhm.
look to pass. But it's like I see why Shaw pulled them last night. He brought them back in later in the game, but he pulled them for a minute. I'm like, I kind of understand why he pulled them. But that's small shit though. We only need Ben in small sample sizes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all good. And to BJ point, bro, if Zubac got a mid-range shot, bro, oh man, he'll be unstoppable, bro. He would literally be unstoppable if he had a mid-range. I don't think
Man,
he'll ever get that mid-range.
Exactly, skills.
I've
That's
been
it.
saying that shit since 2020, man.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and you can tell that Hartenstein in his time over here showed Zoo how to score with those hook shots because we didn't see much of this Zubac when Hartenstein was on the team. Hartenstein was the one that was creating those push shots, getting those hook shots off, and Zoo was mainly the dunker in the dunker spot. You know what I'm saying? So with if Zoo can get well he got it now. He got that consistency with those hook shots. But if he was able to get that thing out to that 15-foot space and actually be consistent with it, I mean, we don't need a 50% from the mid range from Zubac. We need at least a good 39, good 37% from the mid range from Zoo. You know, if he can give us that, that'll be a game changer for this team.
Would, bro. And you know what's crazy, Tez, bro? We had Hartenstein and gave him up for John Wall. That shit is crazy. Every time I think about that shit, it made me mad. Cause we had a legitimate backup center that was ready to go, good, come in, give you good quality minutes, played aggressive, could score, played good defense, and we gave him up
Energetic.
for John Wall.
Yeah,
That
for
shit
point
crazy.
guard skills, we was thirsty for a point guard.
Shit, man. Look, I probably would have understood, Mike, if it was John Wall from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know.
want to make it seem like I agree, but it was a terrible move. But that's why they did it.
Yeah. I mean, shit, even then though, like at the time that we went out to go get John Wall, the year before that, I think we had no, that was 2 years before that. We had Chauncey Billups. I think if Chauncey Billups was still on this roster, we would have never needed a James Harden in the first place. Since James Harden is playing the way he is, I'm not mad right now. But earlier on in the season and last year, Chauncey Billups would have had that shit completely different. It would have been looking completely different, man. But this Clippers organization is weird as fuck because as fans, we see what obviously works, but it seems like the upper management of this organization always they're not content
on working on what they have in front of them. If something
facts, bro.
don't exactly, like if something don't work for at least a half a season, they're willing to move off of it and not even put any kind of development into it. And that's a weird thing coming from an organization, man. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
And you know what's crazy about it, Ted? It's no in between with them. They either move too fast or not fast enough. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they move too fast and like, oh, okay, you know, the Kai Jones ain't doing good. We ain't finna develop him and get him up out of here. And then
Right.
they'll wait all season and watch, you know, Ty Lue play a Reggie Jackson and a Marcus Morris way past their prime and not make any moves, no trades, no nothing. When people like, man, you sitting at home can look and be like, hey, man, this the move that we need to. Bro, we've been screaming all season the simple adjustments they needed to make for our offense to be clicking like it is right now. And it took them until 10 games, 15 games left in the season for them to make the adjustment. Shit that, man, you sitting at home saying. You know what I mean? It's like,
for real.
why the fuck we ain't getting the millions? You know what I mean? If I can come in there and switch that shit around real quick, like, bro, let's do this, get him the fuck out of here, get him in here, make the simple adjustments, bro. But I don't know. I guess when you in it, sometimes it'd be harder to see it. But on the outside looking in, bro, these be clear, easy adjustments that need to be made.
I wholeheartedly agree, because literally what we've been saying for James Harden, what we've been saying for this whole team as a whole, even with Zubac, they are finally starting to do, and look at the success that they got from it. You know, we all been saying this shit for the whole year, man. The whole
year,
fucking
bro.
year. No, but I mean, BJ, thank you, because I think they really do be listening to this podcast. If Ty Lue don't, B Shaw definitely do. God damn it. Shit.
Yeah, man. Good, bro. Because, like, the thing is, you know, we all here because we want the same goal, but we want a championship. That's what we want. So we all here. So, like, you know, they should hear what we saying and really not feel a type of way about it, but just know, man, like, we saying this shit because we want to win, not because we hating on nobody. If you on the team, I rock with you. James Harden on the team, so I rock with him. Everybody that we done picked up, I rock with him. But like I said, I don't like nobody enough where I'm going to ignore the bullshit. Not even my own son. He gets to doing that little foolishness. I pull his ass to the side, be like, man, that's not how men conduct themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, it don't matter who you are. I can't ignore the foolishness. I can't ignore the bullshit. And I want the people around me to be the same way. If I get the trip and pull me to the side and be like, Skills, you tripping, dog. Let me know. That's what I respect. That's what I like. And I just got to call it like I said. So, like, right now, James Harden is playing good. Right now, James Harden playing good. So what? I ain't got nothing bad to say. I salute him, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep playing good ball. Just don't resort back to that ISO, because that's what causes all of the turnovers and all the problems. I don't think I'm being a pessimist if I'm saying that. I feel like I'm being a realist, you know?
You're right. Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. And honestly, I like the way this team is. Ty Lue still has yet to touch the floor to coach again. You know, like this improvement that we've seen is not because of the head coach, and that is one of the reasons why I have my hesitations. But Ty Lue is like you always say, Skills. Ty Lue is going to have that conversation with B Shaw, have a real man-to-man conversation. Put your egos down. What can we do together to win the fucking championship? You know, that is a conversation they need to have. It ain't no fucking doubt that they need to have that conversation. Because with what B Shaw is doing right now, you have a completely different reaction, not just from the players, but from the fans, from the organization, from your other assistant coaches. Like, it's a completely different reaction with Brian Shaw being in this head coaching position than Ty Lue. And Ty Lue, like you say, Skills, he needs to take fucking notes, man. I think he's just too arrogant to take notes on things that work out that aren't his ideas. You know,
let me ask you this, Ted. Do you think it's been a situation all season where, like, Shaw has been coming to him saying, like, hey, bro, this is what I see. Maybe we should try this. And T. Lue just, you know, for whatever reason, just haven't been listening? Or do you think maybe T. Lue has been planning to, you know, for this to be the offense at this point in the season the whole time? He's just been keeping it tight to the chest. Like what do you think this is? Do you accredit 100% of these last 3 or 4 games to, like, Shaw and, like, what he brings to the table?
just going off of what Brian Shaw say, I would say it's not 100% all him. From what his interviews say, he's still in contact with Ty Lue. You know, they still talk about the games. They still, you know, do the coaching work that they need to do. But I think what has happened since B. Shaw has coached an extended amount of games now is that the organization is, you know, allowing Brian Shaw to take the reins a little bit more now that they see that Ty Lue is most likely going to be coming back soon. So I think the organization is trying to see what Brian Shaw brings to the table, especially in these pivotal games, because he's coaching some real important games right now. You
Bro, he
know,
is, bro. He is
like,
at an important time too. You know.
yeah, no,
Yeah, man.
that's a fact.
Yeah, man. See, that's what kind of puts me in like a tough situation, man. Because it's like, no, these two black men, bro, and I hate to like really pit them against each other or nothing like that, bro. But I want a fucking championship, bro, and I want it bad, bro. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like, whatever gonna get us to that championship, bro. Like by any means necessary, bro, we got to get it done. And it's like I'm saying, I don't think we need to completely move T. Lue. T. Lue can come back and do his thing. He just got to understand that. You know, you're only as good as your team. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And why bring these guys in if you're not going to listen to anything that they suggest? Like,
exactly.
why even bring them in? You know what I mean? So it's like, bro,
Mhm.
just, you know, man, listen up, bro. Y'all can work together. They can work together, bro. Like the team is playing good. You see how infectious sharing the ball is. And bro, anybody that hoop knows this, bro. You got to touch the basketball, bro. Like you have to touch the basketball, bro.
Yep.
Just imagine playing a full game. You playing top tier defense. You get up and down the court, but your teammates not playing you passing you the basketball. Bro, you liable to say fuck this game. You know what I mean? And be like, bro, I'm not going to be playing y'all ain't passing the ball, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the main thing that I see that Brian Shaw is doing, and that's giving his role players confidence. You know what I'm saying? Ty Lue don't give his role players confidence. He give his star players confidence. It might not be the right star player that needs the confidence, but he gonna give somebody in the starting lineup confidence. But Brian Shaw exerts his confidence to the entire team. You know, and this is one of the things I've been saying since I've been paying attention to the Clippers since football season over with. If this team, like you said, if they not able to touch the ball, if you got a Bogdanovich that is a known scorer, not touching the ball, but in certain moments of the game, he's never going to get in rhythm.
Never, bro.
Same way when it comes to Derrick Jones Jr. And like we rely on his corner shooting sometimes because everybody's trying to collapse on Zubac. But we are actually letting Derrick Jones get the ball at the top of the key sometimes and make his own moves to get to the paint. You know, he's catching oops now. I mean, it's
Bro,
such.
You have to do that, bro. You have to like, bro, you have to touch the basketball. And I'm not saying you got to hold it for 10 seconds, but just something as simple as 1-2 dribble pass. 1-2 dribble pass, 1-2 dribble pass. It just allows you to get in some type of rhythm. That's why I hate when people say, "Oh, he's a rhythm player, bro." Everybody is a rhythm player. You have to touch the basketball. You have to dribble it at least once or twice. That's how you do it, bro. Everybody is not Ray Allen. Everybody just can't catch and post up and catch and shoot. That's not how this shit works, bro. You got to dribble the basketball. So it's like everybody dribbling the ball now, and it's looking. And to your point about Bogey, bro, he did not start looking like himself until he started being the second primary ball handler. That's when he started looking like himself. It's no coincidence. It's a rhyme and reason to everything. He started dribbling the ball more, having the ball in his hand more. Therefore, he was able to find his shot. It's not rocket science, bro. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science, dog.
It really ain't. And honestly, I got to give some more credit to James Harden because right now, James Harden has confidence in all of his teammates at the moment. You know, I'm not sure James Harden has had this much confidence since he left Houston. You know,
outside of that Brooklyn Nets team, it's the most talented team James Harden been with right here.
Yeah,
Nets
like
was hurt when he
literally.
was with him. Everybody on the Nets was hurt when he played with him.
Damn, you know what, bro? You right, bro. You damn sure right. Because outside of Brooklyn, bro, and really, Yeah, no, I say Brooklyn. No, bro, I don't know, bro. The reason I say this team may even be more top talented than Brooklyn because Brooklyn was top heavy. Like if you talking about superstar, they were top heavy, but like from 1 to the 5 second string, being this deep, being able to go this deep in your bench. I don't know, bro. I think we deeper than Brooklyn was.
Yeah, and
Nah, that's a
you can
fact. And
tell,
you gotta think Brooklyn was hurt. Kyrie was going through his situation when he said what he said, and
right?
they didn't let him play. So yeah, that was kind of dysfunctional when he was over there. This the most talent he
Hmm.
for sure ever played with.
Right. And the crazy part is, what is one of the reasons that he's doing this? That's Brian Shaw coming in at the head coaching position. Because if Ty Lue was still in this head coaching position right now, he would still be a high usage player. He would not be playing off the ball like he has been doing. Ty
Yeah.
Lue ran the offense through James Harden. Now we're running the offense through Zubac, which is the best thing for everybody on the team, including
Yeah,
James
bro.
Harden.
You know
Yeah,
what I
you
want to
know,
say about
agreed,
that though,
bro.
Taj? I think Ty Lue was doing a good job. I just think we playing good ball now. Now everything is clicking together. You feel me? The
Yeah,
only thing that I see that I like what Brian Shaw doing that Ty Lue don't do is the minutes. I think Brian
yeah.
Shaw, when you look at him, he like, okay, look, Chris Dunn a good player. He don't need to play more than 20 minutes a game.
Mhm.
Ever since
Agreed.
Brian Shaw took over,
Yep.
he been playing under 20 minutes a game.
And Mike, to your point, that's about all you need from Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
Like last night, you look at it, he had a night where he scored 11. But we don't need to have him out there where he just forcing shots now. You feel me? That's when you got him. Everything is in his head now. You feel me? He missing shots. Now he's anxious to get a steal. 20 minutes a game is all my boy needs.
Yeah, I
Let
agree
my
with
boy
that.
DJ play. And then Ben Simmons, I still think we got to warm him up for the playoffs. I'm not going to lie. I want to get him a little bit more minutes. He's been playing 15 minutes a game. I don't know if he hurt or what.
And to your point, Mike, for a person like Chris Dunn that plays like solid defense in your grill, real hard nosed defense, 20 minutes is actually going to work in his favor because it's hard to play that type of defense for 30 minutes, for 40 minutes. You know what I mean? But I can
Yeah.
give you everything I got, 100% effort for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like it actually helped his game, bro. Like, and you know what? I feel like every coach have things that they're great at and things that they're bad at. Like Shaw haven't been coaching long enough for us to be like, oh, these are his deficiencies. But he has deficiencies. Everybody does. But it's like I think the things that he do bring to the table, like looking at like minutes management, is something that Ty is not good at. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like if they counterbalance each other.
Not to cut you off, I think when we think about basketball, Brian Shaw was a better basketball player than Ty Lue. He might understand the game a little better.
That's true too. That's true too. You know what I mean? That's true too, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know if BJ gonna do it live tomorrow or not, or after the game. But I'm gonna tune back in, bro. I gotta get ready to hit this gym because if I sit and wait too long, I end up saying fuck that shit. So I gotta go ahead and go.
Yeah, I'm finna head up out of here too. Good conversation with you fellas, man.
Hey man, y'all enjoy y'all Saturdays, bro.
That's right, y'all too, man.
It's you too, bro.